Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Sai Ram, Sai
Sai
Ram.
Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram. ये ऑफ कर दूं इनका ये तभी एको आ रही है बिकॉज ऑफ दिस साई राम नहीं अभी एको आ रही थी अच्छा ओके ऊपर बैठो हाँ ऊपर बैठो अब यहाँ से आ जाओ ओके हाँ आज काका को प्रॉब्लम है नो देयर इज अ आई थिंक देयर इज सम एको सो मे बी यू टर्न इट ऑफ फॉर नाउ वेयर कहाँ पे आपका मैंने ऑन किया हुआ मैं ऑफ कर दूंगा इनका मैं ऑन कर दूंगा जब होगा ना इसको बाहर ही रख ओके ठीक साई राम ऑल so I'm very delighted that I'm seeing some youngsters today. We have been doing this Sammelan for over last 2 weeks here in Canada. And so, you know, there was a devotee, D.M. Mulki, during Baba's time. And he was a medical practitioner. And, you know, he got very sick one day. Baba came in his dream, don't worry, your fever will be fixed, but you come to me in Shirdi and give, come here. So he got up the next morning and his fever, which was 100, 300 for the night before, it was all gone, miraculously. And as, very common, you have heard, in Pothi also, in Satcharitra, Shama's thing, when Shama's mother made a promise but couldn't go, and that's what happened with DM Mulki also. He did not go. He got busy in his daily routine. He was a medical practitioner. So Baba always makes sure he will remind his devotees what promise you made. So he came. What he did was, this time he was doing a surgery, DM Mulki, and during the operation, some body fluid went into in his eyes, and the situation was that bad that doctors in Nasik said that you're going to lose your eye. At that point, he again made a vow to Baba Baba, you fix this time and I will definitely come to you. And that's what happened. His eye was fixed in spite of doctors said you're going to lose his eye. But then he said, I'm going to go to Shirdi. And during those times, you will go to Manmad and then take a train to Kopargaon and fir Belgadi leke you go over there. And that's what he did. He went to Manmad. And when he was waiting for the train, he happened to meet the station master there. And during Baba's time, not all the people appreciate what Baba was doing for many reasons. Baba used to ask Dakshina and Charantirat. And station master dissuaded him from going to Shirdi. And guess what happened? He did not go, and from Manmad, he went back. Same thing, there was a devotee, Gopal Bhaskar Dattar in 1917. He was from Ahmednagar. He was very passionate. I want to go to Baba. But somebody dissuaded him. So why I'm telling to all you devotees is, the invitation for this Sammelan went to hundreds of Sai devotees in Kitchener and around area. And you are the chosen devotees who have been chosen by Baba to come and listen to this Sammelan. So don't think that devotees come to Baba because they wanted, but Baba wanted them to come and listen. So you are the chosen devotees today. And Baba says that wherever you hear my Leelas, that's where Dwarka Mai is, and that's where I am. And Shravan and Adhyan of Baba's Leelas is same as is one thing, Parayan. So we are going to do today Parayan. You're going to hear a lot of Baba's Leelas that is not in the Pothi, Sai Satcharitra. Going forward, I will refer Sai Satcharitra as Pothi. They are not, it wasn't that Hemant Pant didn't want to write it, but Hemant Pant ji wrote whatever was given to him. So you will hear a lot of these Baba's Pothis. And then, now that you have come here, there was a tradition in Shirdi that whoever has to leave Shirdi, they have to take Baba's permission. Without Baba's permission, you cannot leave. And when you are in Shirdi, you don't need to be worried about anything. You need to do your full Atma Smarpan. So similarly, you don't have to worry what's happening in your home. If you have left kids home, you are here hearing Baba's Leelas, he will take care of all that stuff. And I will tell you, Nana Sahib Nimonkar, a great devotee of Baba. So his son Soumya in Pune, they were expecting a baby. So Nana Sahib Nimonkar said, okay, I will go to Pune, but on my way I will go to Shirdi, take Baba's darshan. And then from there I will go to Pune. So they both, he and his wife went there. And guess what? Baba did not let them go to Pune. So Shama said, Baba, what are you doing? There's no help there, family help. And they are expecting a baby. No. He did not let them go. And in few days, Baba told Nana Sahib Nimonkar and his wife, Baba used to talk in very, not strange language, but in a way that was only the person which is relevant, they can only understand it's meant for me. So Baba told them, sitting in Dwarka Mai, there is a lady in the government hospital, nurse came to her ward, baby boy came, everything is fine. So people didn't understand what he is saying, but Nana Sahib and his wife, they got it, and the next day there was a letter from Pune that they delivered a baby. So the thing is, why I'm saying is, you guys don't have to worry. Baba's permission brought you here, Baba's permission will take you back. So what we are gonna, before we start this, there's a context for what we are doing. So during the COVID times, we started this online channel where we brought all the descendant families of Baba. And the objective was we will capture digitally what they have heard from their forefathers. So, in summer vacations, we used to go to our granny's house and we'll hear from, a lot of stories. So the descendant families of Baba, they were so fortunate that during summer vacations, they will hear actually firsthand how Baba used to behave, what Baba Leelas used to do. So we said we should capture this digitally so that, 200 years down the road, when we are not there, nobody should question whether Baba existed. Shama once asked Baba, Shama asked Baba, is Puran correct? जो पुराण में लिखा वो सब सच बातें हैं? Did Shri Ram ji and Krishna ji, did they exist? Baba said yes. So he said, okay, where were all the Vanar sitting when Ram ji was building the Setu? He said they were sitting on the trees like insects. And Baba said, you were there and I was also there at that time. I remember, but you do not remember, Shama. So the point here is, we want to capture this digitally so that 200 years down the road, 300 years down the road, this digital media is going to outlive all of us and nobody should question whether Baba exists or not. Have you read Sai Sammelan? Who has read Sai Sammelan? Good, great. So, what we have today is, everyone knows Tate Sai Sammelan ji, right? So, Tate Sai Sammelan ji was one of the first early devotees of Baba. And we did not plan it this way. We are calling this as an extended Guru Purnima session because Guru Purnima was, just recently. And Tate Sai Sammelan ji, along with Dada Kelkar, they started Guru Purnima at Shirdi with Baba. And today, we have Tate Sai Sammelan ji's great grandson, Captain Vivekanand Nulkar ji with us. So a big Sai Ram for him. And then, we have, Dr. Anna Sahib Gavankar ji. He was Sansthan president and he went to Baba in 1918. And he has been a great devotee of Baba, and Baba actually gave Sakshatkar Darshan in their Kurla Chawl. There are a lot of, and Baba's idol in Shirdi today was, installed during his time. So we have his son, Dr. Sainath Gavankar ji with us today. A big Sai Ram to him. And then, we all wonder how Baba looked. Baba chote the, lambe the, mote the, kaise the. So, Tatya Sahib, elder son, no, not elder son, younger son, right? Elder son, sorry, Dr. Vaman Rao Nulkar ji, he shot actually Baba's picture. During that time, cameras were the negative thing. He took that picture, and that's the original negative that we are going to show you all today how Baba actually looked. There are a lot of pictures floating in the market, Baba is there, but today you will actually get to see the real picture how Baba looked. And then, we will talk about some of the other important facts that all Sai devotees should know. The first Baba Mandir that was built during Baba's time in Bhivpuri by Keshav Rao Pradhan in 1916. Okay, so not many people, we have a small video for that. And lastly, we all wish that if somebody would have recorded the voices of these devotees who lived with Baba. And actually that did happen, but it was not known to all the devotees. And we are going to play the Bappaji Pillav Gurav. He was with Baba for 6 years. And he was Sansthan cashier, and we are going to play his voice. It was recorded, and we're going to translate that. And all, since you all devotees came here as a prasad, we have that original Baba's picture for all of you devotees to be distributed at the end of this session. So with that, we'll start with Gavankar ji.
Om Sai Ram. Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. First of all, I thank Mr. Puneet, Akshay ji and Subhash Ghodkindi for arranging us this Global Sai Satsanga in Canada. Hello, hello, hello. हेलो चालू किया ना हेलो सो हेलो कैन यू हियर I am Dr. Sainath Gavankar, son of Dr. Annasaheb Gavankar, my father. He was born in 1906 and staying away from Bombay city about 70-80 kilometers in a village, small village Arnala. When he was 7 years old, he was running down a fever. And my father's uncle was RMP doctor, and there was one MBBS doctor, Dr. Galvankar, staying in that village. Both were treating my father, but there was no relief. Finally, it was decided that we will go to Bombay city and we will consult some of the specialists in Mumbai. Accordingly, they brought my father to Mumbai city. They showed my father to one of the specialists, and finally he diagnosed that there is an empyema, that is a pus in his chest. He should get operated for that. So about 110 years back, a child of 7 years, family members refused that he should not go under operation, and they brought back him again to a village. At that time, my father's aunt Thamabai was there. When she came to know there is no doctor treatment, how this child will survive, then she started crying. Same time, Yashwantara Galvankar, son-in-law of Hemant Panta, came from Shirdi in a village, our Arnala village. He brought Baba's photo, Baba's Udi along with him. When he came to know this incident, he came to our house and he saw the situation there. Then he showed that photo to my father's aunt. Now, this is your doctor. Tell him, and he will cure your boy. Accordingly, one platform was brought. He kept that Baba's photo on the platform and asked her to bring one coconut and offered that coconut to Baba. She brought one coconut and she wore in front of Baba, Baba, this child is now in your hand. You are going to treat him and you are going to cure him. So she vowed, Baba, when he gets cured, I will bring him to Shirdi with 5 share pedas for your darshan. In the same day night, she had a dream and she saw that Fakir had came and he just removed his, placed his hand over my father's body. Then she saw that and she immediately touched my father's body. It was becoming cold. She started crying when there was temperature in the afternoon and the boy has got very cold. She shouted, doctor came and doctor examined my father and said, nothing to worry, boy is all right, but there was some wet patch at the left side of this shirt. He removed that shirt and saw that one hole was there and the pus was oozing out from that side. Doctor drained that pus, gave the treatment, and my father became all right. So without operation, the Baba had performed that operation, not doctor. And the pus came out from the hole. And the treatment was given and my father became all right. After 5 years, my father was 12 years old. And they came to know that 5 years back, my father's aunt has vowed to Baba that I will bring him for your darshan in Shirdi. So, along with some of the relatives, they went to Shirdi for Baba's darshan along with the 5 share pedas. When they were standing, Baba called him, come here, where is my peda? And my father gave that peda in Baba's hand. Baba started eating all these pedas. He did not distribute among other devotees. The Shamrao Deshpande was standing just nearby Baba. He told Baba, Deva, are you eating all these pedas? You are not distributing among us. Baba told him that this boy has kept me hungry for 5 years. So he reminded that before 5 years, that lady has vowed that he will bring with the pedas. The next day, my father went to have a darshan. He was standing in front of my Baba, and Baba asked him, give me dakshina. The 12 years boy he doesn't have any money in his pocket, and he was not knowing anything about Dakshina. He just stood like that only. Deshpande saw this situation, immediately took my father's hand and said, Bol, diya, bol, given. So my father gave his fist and he took Baba's hand and kept that Baba's hand, my father's hand in Baba's hand. My father said diya and Baba said liya. Only these two words were given and taken. Baba kept that fist in his company's pocket. At that time he told Shama, now this company belongs to him. It is his amanat. So Shama said, Baba, he is a very young boy. He doesn't know significance of your company. I will keep it with me. When he comes again, when he becomes older, I will hand over that company to that boy. Again, before coming, they went to have a darshan of Baba. My father had just thread ceremony and there was cup on his head. So while I'm going down, Baba took that cup and forcefully kept my father's head on his chair, this feet. My father saw lightning in front of his eyes. I heard these words from my father. I saw lightning when Baba did this thing. Then they came back. Baba took samadhi and my father was going on his education. He became doctor from Nair Medical College in 1930. Again, after getting married in 1930, he had fever. So my mother came to know when he was young, there was same situation was there and he was cured by Baba. So she said to my father, we will go to Shirdi and we will have a darshan of a samadhi. So they went to the Shirdi, they had a darshan of samadhi and then onwards, that is 1930 or 31, he started going to Shirdi regularly. In 1931, Kaka Mahajani and Yashwantrao Galvankar, they are performing Kojagiri Jagran in the Samadhi Mandir. My father went there, they called him, come here, we are becoming old. So they put garland in my father's name and told my father, now you have to continue this Jagran till then. That till Jagran of Kojagiri is going on up till now in Shirdi from our side. Then my father came to Mumbai, he was having practice there also. How then Baba adjusted Guru, that story I am going to tell. My father's Guru was Tambak Vittal Saman. He was vaccinator and he had also been to Shirdi for Baba's darshan. At that time, Baba asked him to Dakshina also. He gave 2 rupees Dakshina to Baba. At that time, Baba told him that I am sending one boy to you. You have to teach him. That Baba told that Bhau Saman. In the 1930 34 or 38, like that, my father was staying in a town. In a dream, Baba told my father, I am in Kurla. Kurla is a suburb of Mumbai city at that time. I am in Kurla. So father came to Kurla in search of Sai Mandir or Sai devotee. There was no Sai Mandir and no Sai devotee at that time. Again he came in search of that, but he couldn't find anything. Lastly, in the third time, with along Masurekar, he had been to Kurla in search of Sai Mandir or Sai devotee, but he couldn't find anything. Then Masurekar told my father, doctor, there is no Sai Mandir, there is no Sai devotee. We will go back to city, but before that, one saintly person is staying in that building. We will go there and we will have a darshan of him. So my father and Masurekar went to that building, and as soon as they entered in that room, that the Bhau Samant was sitting inside, and when he saw my father, he immediately said, your Sai Baba is here. Your Sai Baba is here. You see Sai Baba in me. Though he was a Ganesh devotee, Ganesh Bhakta, he told my father, see Sai Baba in me. Then he gave Bija Mantra to my father, and according to his spiritual journey, started from that Bhau Saman, and it was going on.
So Gavankaji, I'll share. So you know Shama, right? Shama was very close to Baba. And I'm going to share how Shama, exactly like Gavankaji said, how Anna Sahib Gavankar got his guru. Shama actually also got the same way. Shama also got his guru the same way. So Shama actually was from Nanded. And Shama already had a guru, Fakir Amruddin, in Nanded. So Baba came in the dream of Fakir and said, give Shama 2 mangoes and send it to me. And that's what Fakir said, and Shama said, why are you sending me? But that was the instruction. And Fakir gave do arm to Shama, and he came to Shirdi to Baba with that. And when he entered Dwarka Mai, Baba said, Mera kawa aa gaya hai. Oh, sorry, Abdul Baba. Did I say Shama? Okay, sorry. I was referring to Abdul Baba. I'm sorry. So Abdul Baba, that's how he came in very early times to Baba. Similarly, how Anna Sahib got his guru.
During those days, whenever my father used to go to Shirdi, he used to stay with Shama. He heard so many leelas of Baba from Shama's mouth, and even also other devotees who were there present in Shirdi. From that, he has written one book also. In that, you will get some of the stories told to my father by Shama. Ganpati? One story is there. Shama used to collect whatever money comes to Shirdi for Baba's Dakshina. He used to collect that money orders. Once one money order came, Baba didn't give any money to Shama. He was like that only. But once 2 rupees money order came to Shirdi, Shama thought, I will keep this 2 rupees with me. I won't give it to Baba. And he kept that money in some of the place. And after some days or 1 or 2 weeks, 200 rupees were stolen from Shama's house. Shama started, I have lost my 200 rupees. He went to Baba and told Baba, Baba, I have lost 200 rupees. Baba said, you lost 200 rupees, that's why you came to me. But I have lost 2 rupees, where I should go? Then Shama told him, Baba, 2 rupees nothing. Then Fakir, that Baba told, 2 rupees for Fakir is too much. That is the thing happened when Baba and Shama was there. This thing is also my father has written in the book also. There are so many things written. Then I'll come back to my father's journey also. Or Sahiba's photo, there was a very good well-known painter in Mumbai, Madhusudan Kamli. He painted Baba's painting and kept in his studio. My father has dispensary in that area only. In a dream, Baba told that Kamli, you have prepared my painting, go and give it to so-and-so doctor having dispensary nearby. So he came in search of my father's dispensary and gave that portrait to my father. And he told, doctor, I have painted this Baba's painting, I want to give it to you. Father thought, such a very well-known painter, I don't have that much money to purchase that painting. He told that, I don't want this, but I don't have money to offer you. He said, doctor, I am not going to take any single money from you. And he went away. My father kept that painting as it is in his dispensary. He thought, after some time, I will frame that painting and again he will come and he will take away the painting. Again 7 days, that painter came and told Baba, my father, he did not give the frame of that painting. I am not going to take money. And in this way, that Baba's painting came to our house. When Baba's painting came to our house, my father thought that we will have Baba's Punyatithi Utsav in our house. So, at that time we started to do Baba's Punyatithi Utsav. One day, in his dream, Baba told him, Bhikshechi Bhakar Laigod. That is, begging alms from surrounding and prepared some food by it, very nice. So my father went 3-4 relatives or surrounding residences and begged for the alms, that is, and then he prepared pitla and bakar of that. From that pitla and bakar still we are preparing during Baba's Punyatithi. This is about Baba's photo. Then there are so many incidents that one thing is there about Ganpati I will tell you. Once somebody gave Ganpati idol to Baba, and at that time Shama went to him. He saw that and Baba kept that Ganpati idol on his stomach and gave that Ganpati idol to Shama. Same idol is there with Shama at his residence in Shirdi.
So this is what you're seeing on the screen is Shama's home, where zoom it, where you can see this Ganpati ji is there, right? That this is right near Dwarka Mai.
When there were talk with this Baba and Shama, Shama asked Baba, Baba, in this Kalgu we get a darshan of Ganpati? Baba said, yes. If you perform about 21 years of that idol, definitely you will get. Baba told that Vakartunda. Vakartunda means Vakratunda, one of the name of Ganesh, Vakratunda. But instead of Vakratunda, Baba called him Vakartunda. Definitely you will get it, but you have to devote your time, you have to worship that, and then you will get this Ganpati. That came to know my father. My father told this thing to his guru. He was Ganesh devotee. Then they went to Morgaon, one of the Ashtavinayak. They bought one stem of Mandar Ruksha and it was planted in our balcony. I have seen that the same Mandar Ruksha in our balcony. And very early in the morning, father used to do worship that Mandar Ruksha regularly. After 21 years, at the base of that stem, Ganpati's akar came out. That Ganpati is with us in our family. Dakla Ganpati. Dakla Ganpati. This is the Ganpati we are having in our family. That is happened because of my father's devotion while worshipping that same deity. Another thing I am going to tell about, we got Baba's darshan of because of my father's devotion towards Baba. In 1954, my father used to read in newspapers, there were stories coming in the newspapers that some had darshan in their house of Baba. Some had Baba's charan kamal or footprints in their houses. My father used to read all these things. He said to Baba, Baba, I am so much worshipping you, but you are not talking to me. You want to take my exam? I am ready to give my exam. So accordingly, at that time, it was month of January, near about Makar Sankranti days, but they decided to go to Shirdi. So my elder sister and one of the side devotee, Inspector Manke from Kurla police station, they went to Shirdi. Before going to Shirdi, my mother prepared laddu of Tilgul laddu at that time. He just told Baba that, Baba, I don't have that much time or food, but I am giving only 5 laddus to offer on your samadhi. So she gave 5 laddus of Tilgul to my father to offer on the samadhi. So they came to Shirdi. During the journey, out of 5, my elder sister ate 2 of them and only 3 were remaining. So when they went to Shirdi, father kept that 3 laddu on the samadhi. He performed 21 avartan of Ganesha Atharva Shirsha on the samadhi. And then he prayed to Baba, Baba, I don't want any materialistic thing. I don't want bungalow, I don't want car, I don't want money. But I want to hear from your mouth that you are mine. Just like my father prayed to Baba. And he came back in Kurla. After 2 or 3 days, it was Monday at 10:30, we were going to sleep. At about 10:30, one fakir came near our balcony and shouted, Doctor, doctor, doctor. My father opened the door. I know this incident because I was 5 years old at that time. That fakir came in the balcony and shouted, I am too much hungry. I want food. Are you going to give me food? Otherwise, I will go. My father said, be calm. Be calm. Sit down. I'll tell my wife to prepare food for you. Then he told my mother, prepare chutney and chapati as a food. Then he sat down in the balcony in front of that portrait given by Kambli to my father. He didn't come inside, but he was sitting outside. Then he told my father, I saw you in Dwarka Mai. Did not know you me? My father said, no. My mother is Dwarka Mai. She said to me, since you have eaten laddu, go and talk to him. That's why I came. See, that mentioned in that book, my father mentioned that everything written in one letter to one of the saintly person, and when what your Baba told to him and any other thing has been written in that book.
So this book, what he's referring is has been written by Anna Sahib ji earlier, and it has been translated in English and Telugu and other languages. Very touching story how Baba actually gave Sakshatkar and all the other leelas that he has mentioned. You can get this from Devendra ji at the end of this.
Some of the sentences I am going to tell you about that. He said, Chilim is one, but different types of tobacco. That means Sabka Malik ek, but there are so many ways to go to that place. So there are so many ways. Some can go from this, so can go, but ultimately they attain only one stage, that is Sabka Malik ek. Chilim is one, but types of different tobaccos. Then he asked some of the devotees sitting there, what is your name? One said, my name is Madhu. Other said, my name is Dinu. Then he said, my mother hadn't given me name. He did not perform my naming ceremony. You got name, but I don't have any name. Like that, he was talking whole night, so many talk. Meanwhile, what happened? My father was having two rings in his hand. One was Shani's ring and other was Baba's ring. While talking to this, he shouted, remove that, remove that. My father couldn't understand. He kept as it is. After again 15 or half an hour, again he shouted, remove that. Then father removed Shani's anguti, Shani's ring, and kept Baba's ring as it is in his hand. He shouted, Baba kya khilona hai? Baba is not toy, to keep it in hand. Baba's place is here. Keep a locket of Baba in the chest, because when you keep Baba's ring, you touch everywhere. So it is not pious for the Baba. He said like that only. Then there are so many things. He said, first do the seva of mother and father, and then do the seva of Sai Baba. First see your father and mother first, and then come to me, serve the Sai Baba. That is, he explained very well. Those have Sai Baba, mother and father, they can come to me, but those having mother and father, they should worship, they should have a serve to them only. That is, he told in that letter also, it doesn't mention my father. There are so many things, I don't...
And this thing happened throughout the night. So Baba came around what time? Around
about 10:30.
10:30, and he was there on that corridor that you are seeing. This was a chawl in Kurla, but now it has been brought down because it was reconstruction phase. But I'm not. Maybe some of you have visited that. So that's where he was sitting until morning. And what happened when he went in the morning?
No, before that, at about 5:30, my father started to worship Baba in his Dev Mandir, Mandir, inside, having Nam Jap. Baba was sitting outside. He told to some of the devotees, he's chanting my name. He's chanting my name. Then my father came out, and father told him, you are Sai Baba, you are Sai Baba. He said, I am not Sai Baba, I am not Sai Baba. He had orange robe on his body and one green handkerchief on his feet. At the end, at about 8:30, he stood up, and before that, my father saw his feet. It was so, that is mulayam, just like a small boy. Very soft feet were there. Then he started going and came at the end of this balcony. He removed his handkerchief from his face. See, my father saw Sai Baba, and father started running towards him, Sai Baba, and he just went down and disappeared. This was happened in our place, and that is because of my father's devotion towards Sai Baba. I am very fortunate that I was 5 years old. I remember some of the incidences when I was sitting there only. And one thing is there, when my mother brought chapati and chutney, he made 4 pieces of each and every chapati, took some udi from his pocket, offered that udi on the chapati, some chutney, and distributed among us. My father said, Baba, you don't have any chapati? He said, you eat, then my belly gets full. So we ate that. After that, he drank water, and he gave a dakar. See, when you ate, my belly gets full. That happened in our house. That is the story. You will get, will read in your that letter is very nice. When his devotee told me that, doctor, that letter is very nice. That is about that thing. Then that Baba's Prana Pratishtha. At that time, my father was president of that Samsthan. It was decided that instead of Baba's photo, we will have Baba's statue or murti in the place. So accordingly, they had a meeting and then decided, and then that was given to Mr. Talim to prepare the Baba's murti. My father had dispensary about 3 to 4 kilometers away from the Talim studio. He used to go daily to observe how the work was going on. I had been with my father at that time, but I came to know only 50 years after that. I was just 5 years old, and after 50 years, Mr. Dr. Kakaria from Delhi had wanted to go to Talim studio. I took him to that Talim studio, and when I entered in the studio, I realized that I had been here because there were birds of Gandhiji, Nehruji, Tilakji, and like that only. I remember that I had been here so many years back. And that I came to know because of my father, I had been to their studio. Once what happened, Talim asked my father, doctor, I want to finish all the Baba's photo, murti, but there are two features, nose and eyes. You must be knowing, you have seen Baba. Tell me how Baba's eyes and nose were there. My father told him, Talimji, just I was 12 years old. I can't describe like that. But Talim got darshan in his studio of Baba. And my father also came to know. My father came to know that Baba had given darshan to him in the studio. My father went to studio and asked Talimji, what happened? Then he started crying, doctor, I was just thinking to final touch of nose and eyes. Baba gave me darshan and I saw his face. And accordingly, I am now preparing the Baba's face. But my father told, immediately bring Aarti. Since you got Baba Darshan in the studio, immediately bring Aarti, and that photo was with us. My father and Talimji offering Aarti to that Baba statue. That I have seen that photo also. So Murti was over, and Pran Pratishtha was going to done in Samadhi Mandir. Everybody wanted to perform that rituals of Prana Pratishtha. For Prana Pratishtha, we have to do some home, havan, puja, vidhi like that. And for that, one couple should be there to sit to perform all these rituals. Everybody was interested. My father told, there should not be any conflict among us. We will put cheats among Baba, and Baba will decide who will do it. My father's name came out, and it was decided that Dr. Gavankar will perform the Prana Pratishtha. So, it was Dasara day, along with 16 Brahmin. I know, I also accompanied my father at that time. We were started from bus from Kurla, taking 16 Brahmins, some up from Kurla and some were from Thane. While going to Shirdi, our tire got punctured near Adgaon. So we went nearby river, we had a bath, and after some time we came back to bus and sat in the bus. The driver told, see everybody is there in bus or not. So everybody told, yes, everybody is there. But one Brahmin remained outside. My driver started that bus, and then Brahmin was left behind. He stopped one of the lorry and told that lorry driver, our members are there in that bus, just overtake that bus. I want to go in that bus. So both the bus and the lorry driver, they were having a overtaking. And that our bus driver was not getting overtaking that lorry. Finally, he took overtake and stopped in front of the bus. That Brahmin got down and started abusing to other his Brahmin community. You did not know I was left behind. And so, very lately, we reached Shirdi. All were waiting. All were waiting that doctor hasn't come. And we went there in the evening. I know I was 5 years old. Where I was standing at that time, that also I remember. And finally, Deva Mamdadara was there. His wife was also having so many jewelry on his body, and they were interested in doing that ritual. My mother saw that, and my mother told my father, since she is interested, let him perform that Prana Pratishtha. My father said, no, since Baba had told me to do this, we have to perform this Prana Pratishtha of this Murti. Let him perform puja instead of that. So puja was performed by Dev Mamledar. I see this, how devotion of my father, how bhakta were there. He was president of that samsthan. He had a power. He could have written his name. That so and so Prana Pratishtha was performed by Dr. K.B. Gavankar. He did not put his name in the Baba's Samadhi. My elder sister used to tell his friends, my dad Samadhi, in Samadhi Mandir, Baba's idol Prana Pratishtha was performed by mother and father. One of the friends told him, but your name, father's name is not there. How can I believe in your story? Then she came to my father and told my father, we know that you have performed this Prana Pratishtha, but others are not believing. Then my father told to that my elder sister, I have not performed Baba's Prana Pratishtha. Baba has performed his Prana Pratishtha through me. That is his devotion. That's why I don't want to put my name, that I am so much bigger than Baba, that I have performed Prana Pratishtha of Baba's idol. That is the instance. So, how devotion must be there like that. And because of devotion, so many things happen in his life. So many things happen, and I have experienced that also. But before that, one thing is I am going to tell you that when he was in the Mumbai city, one day Baba told him, now start doing Ram Navami. Start doing Ram Navami Utsav. So for that, he dismantled his bed and prepared one cradle for Ram Jalma. The cradle was still there in our house. And he went in search of Ram Murti. Getting Ram Murti, it was very difficult at that time because there were combination of Ram, Lakshman and Sita. Single Ram Murti was not getting at that time. The jeweler told my father, you order it, you will get it in 7 or 8 days. There were only few days were remaining for Ram Navami. But Ram idol was not there. Then father asked Baba, Baba, you told me to perform Ram Navami, but I am not getting Ram idol Murti for that Ram Jalmotsav. I am going on fast. Till then I will be fasting. Till then I won't get Ram Murti, I will be fasting. And he was going to dispensary regularly on fast. One day, before Ram Navami, one person came inside having dhoti, kurta and pakota, having one box in his hand. My father, what happened? He said, just finish your patient, I will talk to you later. After finishing the patient, he came in front of my father. The father asked him, what is your name? He told him, my surname is Dashrathkar. My name is Dashrathkar. Then he offered that box to my father and told my father, this is for you, just I'll come in within 2 minutes, and he went away. After so many minutes, he didn't come. Then my father opened that box. In that box, Ram idol was there. This Ram Murti is in our house, and by keeping this Murti in the cradle, he started performing Ram Jalma Utsav in our house. Another thing is there that when he used to go to Pravachan, Bhavan Baba, and while he used to go to Nashik, Pune for doing Pravachan, once he had been to, I don't know, remember place where Pune or Nashik, where one of the devotees told my father, Doctor, one of the well-known astrologers stays here only, we'll go to him, we will meet him. So they went to him, the astrologer, they had a meeting with them, and then he told my father, after seeing my father's horoscope, Doctor, 31st July is the turning point in your life. My father asked me, whether it is good or bad. He said, I don't say anything, but there is a definitely turning point in your life. My father came back in Mumbai, and after some days, he had some problem in the tooth side, the right side. There was severe pain. So he went to ENT surgeon. He showed his this, and the ENT surgeon examined him and told him, Doctor, don't worry, small infection is there. I am writing down the medicine. You take this medicine, you will get cured. After 7 days, there was no relief. Being a doctor, he thought something very bad. He went some of the side devotee One of the side duty has a relation with Dr. K.D. Saman. He was an anatomy professor in KM Hospital, GS Medical College. And my father went to Dr. K.D. Desai. Then he told my father, one of the students, Dr. Prafulla Desai, is a well-known surgeon at that time in cancer surgeon in Tata Hospital. We'll go to Prafulla Desai, we'll go to and we'll get examined by him. So they went to Prafulla Desai. Prafulla Desai examined my father and told my father, doctor, don't worry, there are small things are there, some of the salivary and some part of the tongue should be removed. Some part of the tongue should be removed. Then father said, nothing worry, I am ready for that. Then date was given of the operation and it was 31st July. Date of operation was 31st July. Father told Prafulla Desai, doctor, you may believe or may not, but I don't want to undergo on 31st July. Undergo operation on 31st July. He started laughing. Doctor, still you are believing in this? But my father said, no, I am not going to on this operation table on that day. So it was performed next day, that is on 1st August. I heard other thing from my father. When he was taken on this operation table, after taking anesthesia, he saw in front of two Yamdus are coming towards him and told my father, we are coming here to take you away. Two Yamdut, they are coming to me and they told my father, we are going to take you. Father started and prayed, Baba, I am ready to come, but you have to come. I will come with you only. Don't give in the hands of this Yamdut. And after that, immediately in front of the Yamdut, he saw Pandurang Murti laughing towards him, my father. And then operation was over. He got cured. After 14 years he was there. He preached so many times also during his pravachan. And this incident, why I am saying this incident before that? Because when he went away, Baba took in, that is the thing. And that he was telling to us also. It was Sunday. We were staying together in the child system. We came back in house in the evening. We had a dinner all together. He went for a latrine and while coming, he sat immediately there only. I saw him and I got him back in the bed. I allowed to sleep in the bed. I gave one of the injection to him and he slept in the night. Next day morning, it was Monday. I called one of the physician, Dr. Arikar MD in Kurla area, and he came to examine my father. He examined my father and told me that nothing to worry, he is having asthmatic attack, just give this medicine, he will get okay. So I gave medicine on Monday, Tuesday. Again, that doctor came to our house, he examined my father and said, now he is improving, don't worry about him. And at that age also, he was working. He was on a panel doctor of ESI. He was working till last also. I used to do everything and he used to sign the papers. On Thursday morning, we were 7 brothers and 2 sisters. Out of 7 brothers, elder one was in Kuwait, another was in Doha, Qatar, and third one was in Baghdad at that time. Thursday early in the morning, he sat in his bed and he was in delirium. He started speaking some 11 things. My mother heard. My mother came to me, see how Anna is behaving. I saw there, he was sitting and talking 11 things. See, Bhai is there, he is there, or like that only. I told my parents, because of some medicine must be happening, let him sleep. So he slept there, and at about 11:30, I was adjacent to the dispensary, just adjacent to my Baba's photo, that is Sai Baba hall. At about 11:30 also, he started speaking like that only. My mother called me again, come, see your father, how he is talking. I was sitting there, I called Dr. Arikar immediately, doctor come, doctor, my father is talking some 11 things. Doctor came, immediately closing his consulting room, very busy consulting room, but he closed that consulting room and came to our house. My father was sitting in the bed like that, erect. I was sitting at the corner of the bed and doctor was sitting in front of the father's bed. He told that I heard. Doctor, actually I am seeing, these are the words from my father's mouth, actually I am seeing, there are 7 layers. He asked my Bija Mantra. He asked my Bija Mantra. Who is going to, who was talking with him, we couldn't understand. But he was telling everything to us. He asked my stories from Puranas. And he told doctor, Baba is preparing my house. Doctor took me outside and told me that since he's a spiritual person, we can't tell anything about his body. But just make arrangement for oxygen. Make arrangement for oxygen. And so accordingly, I came inside. I called my 2 sisters in the afternoon. Both were staying in Chembur area. They both sisters came along with our brother-in-laws. He told me, ask my mother, see, dhotis are there or not. So mother brought 2 dhotis and gave it to him. And then he told mother, next month is Adhik Mas, Purushottam Mas. It is customary that during Adhik Mas, one should offer to son-in-laws, something is offered to son-in-laws. So he offered dhoti each of the son-in-laws. Then he all went away. Then next Friday, he saw one picture on a video also. Again on Saturday morning, it was Ashadi Ekadashi day, very auspicious day. Ashadi Ekadashi. One of the Kirtankar, Padmija Sahasrabuddhe, who performed 12 years in Kojagiri Day Purnima in the Samadhi Mandir hall at that time, she came to see my father. She told my father, today is Ashadi Ekadashi. I came for the darshan of Vitthal. My father told her, your Vitthal is here. And then she went away. In the afternoon, one of the sister-in-law was staying in Pune at that time. She came to see my father. She told my father, Anna, if you get better, come with me in Pune. Pune's environment is better for such and such thing, asthmatic patient. He laughed. My bungalow has been constructed. We couldn't understand why he was talking like that. My bungalow has been constructed. In the evening, my mother was performing Aarti of Sai Baba. Why I was telling? Because there was a stanza, Jaya Mani Jaisa Bhav, Taya Taisa Anubhav. When that stanza came, immediately pointed, always remember this, because it's devotion of Baba of the 79 years. That is the one of the short thing that always remember that Jaya Mani Jaisa Bhav, Taya Taisa Anubhav. So we should have good thoughts in our mind. We should not some evil thoughts or bad thing among us about anything. That is the thing. I remember that Jaya Mani Jaisa Bhav, Taya Taisa Anubhav. Then he shouted, see, all the Warkaris are standing there. We were laughing. See, that Warkaris are standing there. Then he told, see, feed them. See whether food is there in house, rice is there in house or not. Otherwise, take my money from me, bring chawal and give him food on Guru Purnima day. After 2 or 3 days, there was Guru Purnima. And also bring laddu and offer laddu to each and every devotee coming for the Guru Purnima. Then all went away. At about 8:30, I also went to other dispensary. At about 9:15, he was lying on a bed, having one towel around his waist. He stood up, had a urination in urine pot. He kept that urine pot below this bed, and he removed that towel also and fell down. So such a thing is that I am telling that as body come, like that only body went without any cloth on his body at that time. So about 9:15, he went away. Then they called me. I was not there. They called me. Then I came back and then I saw and then I told that he is no more. Then immediately my elder brother was in Kuwait. The phone was went to him. He was sitting in a office along with colleague. When phone went there, he told immediately some bad news is there. Some bad news is there. And he got the news of his father's demise. My younger son, my younger brother was in Baghdad. And there was one Ganpati calendar in front of him. At that time, that Ganesh calendar fell down. So he thought some bad thing must be happen. So since it happened, and that is when first time, when Yamdut came to him, took him away, he said, Baba, I am ready to come, but you have to come. I will come with you only. And after 15 years, such thing happened and Baba prepared a house for him, and he expired on that day. That is Ashadi Ekadashi day. This is because of his devotion. Such a devotion we must have. And that devotion was Father's having. Same, I have so many experiences of my father, of Baba's Leela with my father.
So what Gavanka ji went through in his last moments, you will hear from Nulkar ji also. Tatya Sahib had the similar divine experiences. And same was with many other devotees of Baba, including Nana Sahib Nimonkar, who was in Pune. And in his last moments, he will, call everyone, Baba aa gaya hai. Baba aa gaya, and that's how he went to Baba. So when you are at that level, you are with Baba actually, and you can actually see that. So, yeah. So what we will do now is, we will show you a video clip of the Bhivpuri Mandir. That was the first mandir built during Baba's time. So we will, play this short in the interest of time, but I will tell you, Keshav Rao Pradhan. Bring the picture of Keshav Rao Pradhan. So Keshav Rao Pradhan was he was one of the people who did not like Baba during his time. So he did not appreciate Baba asking Dakshina and, other stuff. But, Baba used to ask Dakshina from all the devotees, right? And also, he used to give more than what he got during the day to all his devotees. Do you know, I'll take a, detour here, but he used to give so much money to his devotees that at that time the British government was after him. They wanted to tax him, that how come Baba is getting so much money. So they wanted to tax him. So, but what they ended up finding, that he has no money, because, you have heard, at the end of the day, Baba was empty. Whatever he got, he gave it away. And there was a reason why he used to give dakshina to people, and his devotees. And Abdul Baba was one of the devotees who got lot of dakshina. And, Baba was staying in Dwarka Mai. So we'll take, Abdul Baba. So Dwarka Mai, Baba lived in Dwarka Mai. So that Dwarka Mai actually was, there was a cloth merchant, and he used to live there, and he used to go out, for trips, business, selling cloth to different cities, and for a long time, and then he'll come back, and once he went and he never came back. And it is said Abdul Baba was from his generation, and Baba used to give rent to that cloth merchant generation for living in Dwarka Mai. So there was a reason, if Baba is giving to Tatya Sahib or others Dakshina, there was a reason for what is saying. So coming back to Bhivpuri now, that this Keshav Rao Pradhan did not like Baba's asking Dakshina or Charan Tira. So, but once he said, he was a bill collector in a finance company. So his friend said, okay, why don't you come with me? You don't bow to Baba, do anything, but you can collect your bill collections also from nearby cities. So he said, okay, I will go. And when he went there, during that time also Sabha Mandap was fully overcrowded. People were, although Baba predicted people will come like, devotees will come like insects, at that time also there were full crowd over there, and Keshav Rao Pradhan was standing right at the corner of Sabha Mandap. And Baba saw him, and Baba yelled, bring that rascal here. So he went immediately, and so when he went up to the Dwarka Mai, and you will hear, from Nulkarji more about Baba's appearance and how he used to look. And when he looked at Baba, he did not know. He had in his 2 pockets full of money that he collected from nearby for his employer. He emptied all that money in front of Baba as Dakshina, because Baba said Dakshina. And remember, he is the person who did not like Dakshina. Baba asking Dakshina. He went there, He did not know what happened. He emptied both of his pockets. And when he came outside of Dwarka Mai, his friend said, "What did you do? What are you going to give? 2,500 rupees during those days is a big amount. How are you going to return and how return to the employer and how are you going to go back to the Europe?" So, Baba made its way. There was an unknown devotee came, gave the tickets to him. He went back to Bhipuri. And then he thought, I'm going to call in sick and to the employer. And he said, "I will not be coming for a few days." But he said, "Okay, that's fine. Take easy. But you did a great job in collecting 2,500 rupees and that has been deposited with us." So that was a miracle and it's none else but Baba. And since then, he really had a full devotion. He kept going to Shirdi again and Baba once said, "Take this mitti ki murti, bas leaf of me and go to Bhipuri, put it there, put a temple over there." So that's what Bhivpuri temple in 1916, he went and he constructed the temple. That's what the video you're gonna see. If you go there now, it's like the old Shirdi, very quiet. It's surrounded by the, farmlands, very nice, pristine, blessed thing. And we'll hear an instance of Dev Baba from Gavankar ji. Dev Baba was, son-in-law, this grandson of Hemant Panji. Pause it for now. Has anyone been to Bhivpuri here?
1916 में भिवपुरी नामक एक छोटे से गांव में इस मंदिर का निर्माण हुआ। भिवपुरी के इस मंदिर की कहानी बड़ी ही दिलचस्प है। तो चलिए जानते हैं क्या है ये कहानी। So we'll play that video later once they say. So why don't we talk about Dev Baba?
Now I am going to tell about Dev Baba. Dev Baba was Hemant Pand's grandson, daughter's son. He was born in 1918. About his birth, I am going to tell you. When he was in mother's womb, mother had some mental problem. And Hemant took his daughter to doctor and showed him. Then doctor told Hemant Pant, something will happen. Either one all will survive. So Hemant Pant got worried. He went to Shirdi along with his daughter and told Baba, "Baba, doctor has told us that during this delivery something will happen." Baba said, "Don't worry, my son is coming." That words were heard by that lady. Since she had some mental problem, after delivering that child, she threw that child and said, "This is Baba's child, I won't feed him." Because she had some mental problem, she said, "I am not going to feed that child." So again, Hemant Pant got worried, took him to Shirdi and told Baba that Baba, his mother is not going to feed him. Baba told him, "Don't worry." Baba put him on his lap and Baba put his thumb in his mouth. "I am going to feed him." That really happened. That is only his touch with the Baba. In the 1918, Baba took a samadhi, but this Dev Baba had become a very spiritual person. He had so much attained state that I have seen. I was with him for 14 to 15 years. I have learned so many things from him. I have heard so many things from him also. Initially, he performed Sai Parayan in the in the Bhivpuri Samadhi, Bhivpuri Mandir, Sai Baba Mandir. At those days, there was nobody was coming there, going there in the Mandir.
Let's play that
Yeah.
बाबा का ऐसा मंदिर देखेंगे जो पूरे विश्व का पहला श्री साई मंदिर माना जाता है। इसी के साथ ही इस मंदिर की ये विशेषता है कि श्री साई बाबा के समाधि लेने से पहले 1916 में भीवपुरी नामक एक छोटे से गांव में इस मंदिर का निर्माण हुआ। भीवपुरी के इस मंदिर की कहानी बड़ी ही दिलचस्प है, तो चलिए जानते हैं क्या है ये कहानी।
प्यार करे सब साई से, साई सबसे प्यार करे।
इरादे लाख बनते हैं और बन के टूट जाते हैं। शिरडी वही आते हैं जिन्हें साईं बाबा बुलाते हैं। बिल्कुल कुछ इसी तरह बाबा ने भीवपुरी उकरल गांव में रहने वाले श्री केशव रामचंद्र प्रधान जी को शिरडी बुलाया। हुआ ऐसा कि प्रधान जी ने पहले कभी ना तो बाबा के बारे में कुछ सुना था, ना ही बाबा को कभी देखा था। प्रधान जी के एक दोस्त अपने साथ उनको शिरडी ले गए। जैसे ही प्रधान जी ने बाबा को देखा तो मानो चमत्कार हो गया, लेकिन फिर भी वे बाबा से थोड़ी दूरी पर ही खड़े रहे। माध्यान्ह आरती के स्वर प्रधान जी के कानों में गूंज रहे थे और मानो वे बाबा के अधीन हो गए। प्रधान जी बाबा के पास गए और बाबा ने उनसे दक्षिणा की मांग की। प्रधान जी ने भी झट से अपनी जेब से 2500 निकाले और बाबा को दे दिए। उस समय ना तो उनके ध्यान में ये बात आई कि उन्होंने जो पैसे बाबा को दक्षिणा स्वरूप दिए वो तो उनके किसी साहूकार दोस्त को देने थे, और ना ही उन्हें इस बात की खबर थी कि अब उनके जेब में कुछ नहीं था। प्रधान जी मुंबई तो पहुंचे, मगर मन ही मन में उनको एक बात खाई जा रही थी कि उस साहूकार दोस्त के पैसे कैसे और कब दे। उन्होंने मन ही मन में सोचा कि उनकी जमीन का थोड़ा टुकड़ा बेचा जाए और पैसे वापस कर दे। उन्होंने अपने दोस्त को तार भेजा कि वो बीमार है और कुछ ही दिनों में पैसे भेज देंगे। 8 दिन बाद उनके हाथ एक तार मिला जिसमें लिखा था, तबीयत का ख्याल रखना, 2500 जमा हो गए। ये पढ़कर प्रधान जी जान गए कि ये तो बाबा का ही चमत्कार है। बस यही वो क्षण था जिसने प्रधान जी को बाबा से असीम श्रद्धा और विश्वास के साथ जोड़ दिया था। जैसे बाबा के प्रति प्यार और लगाव बढ़ता गया, वैसे ही उनका शिरडी आना जाना बढ़ता गया। प्रधान जी जब जब
तो श्री केशवराव रामचंद्र प्रधान
बाबा की इमेज है वो दिखाओ। So in the interest of time, we will show you, fast forward this all online. You can connect with Akshay. It's on, So this is the bas leaf that he got, very lively.
देख सकते हैं। इस प्रतिमा को देखकर ये एहसास होता है कि बाबा स्वयं अपने भक्तों की ओर प्रेम और आशीर्वाद की भावना से देख रहे हैं। मानो बाबा हर उस भक्त के सवालों का जवाब दे रहे हैं जो पूरी श्रद्धा और विश्वास के साथ यहाँ नतमस्तक होते हैं। जो भी भक्त किसी कारणवश शिरडी जाके बाबा के दर्शन नहीं कर सके, वे यहाँ आकर बाबा के पावन दर्शन का लाभ उठा सकते हैं।
Yeah. So in this mandir, once Dev Baba went there having Sai Baba Poti's Parayan. He completed that Parayan, and on the last day, he told the Guruji, prepare prasad. Today is the last day of Parayan. Accordingly, with that Guruji prepared a prasad, and there was nobody was there. That Guruji closed the doors of the mandir. My Dev Baba was there, that Guruji was there, And in the same time, one farmer came and stood near to my Dev Baba. Dev Baba came to know one person has come inside. He was so practical. He thought that somebody is there. After completing the arti, that Guruji gave flowers in Dev Baba's hand and in that farmer's hand also. After reading Mantra Pushpanjali, that Guruji put flowers on that Sai Baba's idol. Dev Baba was watching. He wanted to see what that person is doing. That person standing nearby Dev Baba, he had flowers in his hand. He put that flowers on his feet. Instead of putting that flowers on Baba's photo, Dev Baba came immediately. No, Baba is there. He took his feet and he bowed down. And then Guruji came to know. Then Dev Baba told him, you know, Baba had come. He said, how? Then he asked him, have you closed the doors when we were there? He said, I closed the door, only two were there. Then how third person came inside? But it was nothing Parmar, this was Sai Baba because he put his flowers on his feet. That happened in this mandir. Again, Dev Baba did so many paraya puja, havan, everything. Even the dhuni was led by him in Bhivpuri Mandir. So I was with him, there were so many things about him, but I am going to turn upper stage. Some may like or may not like because each and everyone has some stages. I have seen devotion, bhakti from my father, but I learned Jnana Marga, how to do bhakti from Dev Baba. So, instead I am going to tell you that I started going to him after my marriage. My father was there in Kurla at that time and I got started after marriage. I was going to Ambarnath having his darshan. Once I had been to his darshan, we were sitting in front of, he asked me, Doctor, have you been taught somebody from your father? You got somebody knowledge from your father? I said, nothing. Yes, your slate is empty. First sentence from him, your slate is empty. That means I did not have some preconceived thoughts in my mind in spiritual way. Then he asked me, Doctor, if you won't get food for whole day, what will happen? Well, Bhau, I will stay without food. Nothing will happen to me. Okay. If you won't get water for whole day, what will happen? I said, nothing will happen. I will stay without water for whole day. Okay. Now close your nostrils. For how long you will stay? I told Baba, not more than 2 or 3 minutes. Understood? This is the way, this is the breath. That Chaitanya Shakti, Sai Baba, through this breath goes inside and doing our functions of the body. That knowledge I got from him. And he told us, I have to perform puja, parayana, home, everything. But now I am going to show a shortcut. Do this sadhana, meditation at Brahma Murta, and you will get some that you understand, you will come to know. I am not your guru. I am your pathfinder. I am going to show the path. You have to walk on that path and you have to achieve that stage. I am definitely 100% sure that definitely you are going to get something. And that is, he told us, because when a person reaches the top, he comes to know that there are so many ways that from that he could have come to the top. That he showed that I am showing you the shortcut. That knowledge I got from him. And he said everything. And I have so many experiences of him. One thing is there, he took us to Haridwar. I had been with him for 4 times, having 15 days Shivir in Haridwar. We had 2 halls simultaneously along with this. In one hall, we were sitting. I was also sleeping in that hall where Baba was sleeping. And other 8-9 people sitting in another hall. At about 12:30 or something, about 1:30, I woke up. I thought I should say what Baba is doing. I turned like that, watching him why they were doing. He was sleeping like on the bed, and I saw flame at the tip of his nose. I saw flame at the tip of his nose. I couldn't understand. No, this is impossible. This is impossible. I must be getting some light from one of the windows and I am feeling that flame is there. But I did everything, but it was a flame at the tip of his nose. And then I could understand that he had a sadhana on the breathing. Shwasoshwas, he had a sadhana of breathing, and because of the frictions that could have been happened, because of friction that could have been happened, there was a flame at the tip of his nose. In the afternoon, when we were sitting, he just explained everything, and he talked about that also. But I was not so close to him. I went further that I saw the flame. During the same day, he was talking on one subject, and he used to keep camera in front of him for shooting. While he was talking, he said, "What do you feel? Are you listening only?" "No, there are two people, they are also listening." He said like this, "There are two people, they are also listening." He was sitting like that and he said, "I am not talking, that body is talking, that Shakti is talking." And in the afternoon, we went down and he asked the manager, what happened in that hall? Then manager told that two persons, one younger and older, died in that hall during the 6 months. At that time, photo was taken. When he said, "These two are there, same photo I saw him." After finishing, then the manager asked him, "What will happen?" Baba said, don't worry, just put one agarbatti in the room, nothing will happen, they are not going to disturb your customers. Then we went to Ambarnath. After coming from the Haridwar, I had been to Ambarnath. Then he showed me the photo. "Doctor, see this photo." Understood something? I could not understand. I showed that time. There was shadow of two clouds in that photo. See, these two clouds are there. Now, what I told that two persons are there, that is the shadow of that two persons. So I experienced this thing from him only. One other thing is that he had actually at a stage that he used to, we were having some wavelengths. He used to talk through the wavelength. One, he had been to Chembur. My wife asked him, "Baba, you are coming to Chembur, come to my house, it is nearby in Kurla." He said, "I am there always. I am there always." These are the words from him. One thing is there that once after my father's demise in 1985, I was regularly going to Ambarnath. My mother did not like that I am going to this guru because my father also one of the devotee of Sai Baba. She didn't tell anything while I am going to Ambarnath. But once I told him that, "Mummy, I am going to Ambarnath for the darshan of Dev Baba." At that time, she told me, "You are going to Ambarnath? Offer my pranam to Dev Baba." When we went to Ambarnath, as soon as we entered inside, he was sitting in the chair. First sentence from him, "Doctor, what your mother says?" So, my mother offered pranam to him from Kurla and he got the pranam. And he asked me, before that he couldn't ask anything about my mother. But when my mother told that he offered my pranam to him, he asked me, "What your mother is saying?" So he has achieved. That I have experienced. And because of his sadhana, and he told that I have performed everything, puja, aradhana, everything I have performed, but now do the sadhana at Brahma Muhurta, that is the only ultimate, and so many sadhu, santa, so many yogis have achieved that level, so you will get. And so one thing is there, that you have to see Sai in your breath. As long as your breath is there, Sai is there, your body is functioning. You do a Namasmaran. Namasmaran externally, you are chanting some Nam. But actually, internally, that Namasmaran is going on. Soham, that is me, that is me. That is going inside, and you have to hear by doing sadhana. I have learned this, and I am going to tell you this. I heard all these things from Dev Baba.
Very nice. Sai Gavankarji for sharing all these things. So what we will do is, we will now invite Nulkaji. May I?
Video first.
Show is
जय
another.
श्री साई। ये मंदिर है श्री साई बाबा।
Picture it, ne?
We're going to show another great mandir in Shivaji Nagar, Pune. That's the Rasne Mandir. And there's a lot of stories behind that mandir. That's the mandir where Nana Sahib Rasne used to pray and worship. And this is the only mandir besides Shirdi where Baba's physical thing is there. So here, Baba's tooth is there. And there is a story behind that what we will hear in this video.
का पुणे में शिवाजी नगर में ये मंदिर है और मैं आपको एक बहुत ही अहम बात बताने जा रही हूँ। जैसे कि हम सभी जानते हैं, हमने सबने साई सच्चरित्र में पढ़ा है दामू अण्णा जी के बारे में। उनका श्री साई बाबा से कैसे संबंध था वो भी हम जानते हैं। उन्हीं के परिवार के वंशजों ने, नाना साहब और उनके वंशजों ने ये मंदिर, रासने परिवार ने ये मंदिर बनाया हुआ है। और एक जरूरी बात, हम जानते हैं श्री साई बाबा की महासमाधि शिरडी में है, हाँ, पर उनके देह का एक अवशेष यहाँ पे है। देखिए, ये जो आप सुनहरे चरण यहाँ पे बाबा के देख रहे हैं, उसके नीचे बाबा का एक दांत, हाँ, एक दांत यहाँ पे रखा हुआ है और उसके साथ उन्होंने इस्तेमाल की हुई चिलिम और उदी इस सुनहरे चरणों के नीचे रखी गई है। और पूरे भारत भर में ऐसा और कहीं भी नहीं आप देखेंगे। पूरे भारत भर में साईं बाबा के जितने मंदिर है, उन पुरातन मंदिरों में से ये एक मंदिर है। जब ये मंदिर स्थापित किया गया तब ये मूर्ति यहाँ पे नहीं थी, वो मंदिर में सिर्फ एक फोटो थी। तो वो फोटो भी हम आपको दिखाना चाहेंगे, आपको दर्शन करवाएंगे उसके। तो वो फोटो, जब ये मंदिर स्थापित किया गया था तो इस बड़े से औदुंबर वृक्ष के नीचे बस एक छोटा सा मंदिर था और आप देख रहे हैं श्री साईं बाबा की ये फोटो वहां पे स्थापित की गई थी। और ये फोटो की भी एक बहुत अच्छी कहानी है, वो भी हम जानने वाले हैं थोड़ी देर में। और इस मंदिर में बाद में जब, जैसे मैंने अभी आपको बताया, सुनहरे चरणों के नीचे बाबा का दांत, उनकी इस्तेमाल की हुई चिलिम और उदी रखी गई है और फिर एक बहुत ही प्यारी सुंदर मूर्ति बाबा की यहाँ पे स्थापित की गई है। जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं, बहुत ही प्यारी मूर्ति है और उनकी जो एक मंद मुस्कान है, बस सबका मन मोह लेती है। इस मंदिर में आते ही एक प्रसन्नता, शांतता हम अनुभव करते हैं। तो आप भी कभी पुणे में आते हैं तो शिवाजी नगर में ये मंदिर है, आप जरूर वहां दर्शन के लिए आए। अब इस मंदिर के बारे में विस्तृत जानकारी हम पाएंगे जिन्होंने ये मंदिर बनवाया है, स्थापित किया है। रासने परिवार के एक वंशज आज हमारे साथ हैं। श्रीमती देवयानी जी आज इस मंदिर के बारे में विस्तृत जानकारी हमें दे रही है। तो चलिए आज उनसे बात करते हैं।
ओम श्री साई राम। मैं देवयानी श्रीकांत रासने, श्रीकांत साईदास रासने जी की पत्नी। मैं दामोन्ना जी की परपोती बहू और नाना साहब रासने जी की पोती बहू। दामोन्ना जी की बात की, हमारी चौथी जनरेशन है, चौथी पीढ़ी है। मैं पुणे में शिवाजी नगर स्थित श्री साईं बाबा के मंदिर के बारे में बताना चाहूँगी। उसके पहले मैं रासने परिवार के बारे में थोड़ी जानकारी दूंगी। मैं पहले अपने पति के बारे में बताना चाहूँगी। उनका नाम था कैलाशवासी श्रीकांत रासने। वो दामोन्ना जी के परपोते और नाना साहब रासने जी के पोते थे। मैंने जैसे पहले बताया, ये हमारी चौथी पीढ़ी है। श्रीकांत जी साईं बाबा के बहुत ही निस्सीम और बड़े भक्त थे। इस निस्सीम साईं भक्त की 14 अप्रैल 2021 में कोरोना के कारण स्वर्गवास हुआ। उन्होंने ग्लोबल साई सत्संग के लिए 7 एपिसोड में उन्होंने जानकारी दी और ये सब साई सत्संग के एपिसोड्स होने के बाद ही उनका दुखद स्वर्गवास हुआ। जैसे साईं बाबा ने ये काम उनसे करवा के लिया, मैं श्री साईं बाबा को और श्रीकांत जी को स्मरण करके आगे की जानकारी देना चाहूंगी। श्रीकांत जी बहुत
All videos are all on the channel. You can watch it at your leisure offline, right? So now what we have Nulkarji with us, Tatya Sahib's great grandson, Sai Nulkarji.
Hello, hello. Can you hear? Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Jai Sai Ram. Before going to my great grandfather, I would like to say a few words because last 3-4 sessions when we had over here, people do ask certain questions. No doubt you are far away from your motherland, and naturally because you might not have the occasion or you might not have the your meeting with such people who would guide you or something. Some questions remain there which you might have caused perhaps after coming over here to Sai Baba. Sai Baba always used to say, I'll say it in Hindi first, Meri chidiya main kheench ke lata hu. I catch hold of my sparrows and bring them over here. So you are all sparrows brought by Baba, not me. Your Baba's sparrows, not mine. It's a great occasion. And in Sai Satcharitra again it is mentioned. I'll first say it in Marathi and then I'll explain it to you. Koni na ye kona pashi, shwana sukara athava mashi, hadhada kona karune. Nobody comes closer or meets anybody without any reason. Shwana means a dog, shukar means a hag, and mashi is a fly. He has taken different names, but it means that whenever you come together, it may be animal or it may be a human being. It is with some purpose. You don't know the purpose, he knows it. So we have come together with some purpose and let's make the best of it. A couple of days back I mentioned about the Sai Baba. We always say before starting anything, say the no. Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Rajadhiraj Yogiraj. Ananta Koti is billions and trillions of species. Koti means different creatures, whatever it is. Human beings are included. So Ananta Koti ka Nayak is the master of everyone. Rajadhiraj is the king of kings. He is the king of kings. And in his darbar, whenever we come, we should be well dressed. You must be well dressed when you come to his darbar. Keep that in mind. Your Mr. Vyasji has already put up a notice outside. I liked it very much. Be appropriately dressed. That's what it means. And he has done it very nicely. I appreciate it. Always keep it in mind. Whenever you come over here, this is the darbar of the Rajadhiraj. In his darbar, you must be properly dressed. My great-grandfather, Tatya Sahib Nulkar, he was initially not willing to come to Baba. Not that he did not like or anything. But he had already had many occasions of meeting the Santa Shrestha, Satpurush in his life. Some of them I'll show you on this thing. This is Tatya Sahib. Some of them were, one was Gajanan Maharaj, then your Gadge Baba. There was one Satpurush of Satara. So they used to come to him, and he also always liked and visited, and he did whatever best he could do to them. So it was not that he didn't want to go to Baba, but it so happened that he delayed his going to Baba for no reason, because Baba had not called him by then. The time has to come. He was before that I'll go slightly bit, if you don't mind. About Tata Saheb's parents, his father, could you please? Dada Saheb Nulkar, he was a Rao Bahadur and KCI, Night Companion of Indian Empire. Sorry, it's CIE, sorry, Companion of Indian Empire. That's what was conferred on him for his good work in British service. He was also a Diwan of Maharao of Kutch. People from Gujarat will come to know that the king of Kutch was known as Maharao. The Maharao of Kutch, he was a Diwan to them. And then one good thing Dada Saheb did was, in those days there was much talk about the marriageable age of the girls. The girls were being married at the age of 7, 8, 9, anything. And it was a real tough time not tough time, it was a bad time for the girls. Dada Saheb fought and he got the law made in Privy Council in Calcutta against the many Indians also who did not want this law to come. But the Britishers were with him and the law came into existence in 1891. This was the good doing of Tata Saheb's father. And one more thing. His mother was a sati. Sati, if you do not know, it's self-immolation after the death of her husband. So Dada Saheb was an orphan at the age of 8, soon after his Vratabandha, that is thread ceremony. So throughout his life, he was self-made man. And his first son was Tatya Saheb. First show his mother and mother also. This is Tatya Saheb's mother. And Tatya Saheb was the first son of Dada Saheb. Of 9 children, he was the first son. He had done his schooling in Pune, then BA and LLB in Bombay. And when he met Nana Saheb Chandorkar, he was posted in Pandharpur. Pandharpur is a place all of you must be knowing. It's a great place of God Vithoba. Every year in the month, in this month, June, July, the pilgrimage takes place in Pandharpur. He was posted there as a sub-judge. In those days, the name was Munsif. He was a sub-judge. And Nana Saheb Chandorkar, one of the earliest devotees of Baba, he was also called by string. That I'll tell you in a minute later. So he was after him. He was posted in Pandharpur, and he was after Tata Saheb. Why don't you come to Baba? Why don't you come to Baba? It happened 3-4 times, but it was sometime in December 1908. Sorry, 1997. December 1907. But he was not willing to go. And suddenly he got an idea, yes, I'll come. If Baba fulfills my two requirements. And he said, what are they? He said, first of all, I cannot go to Baba empty-handed. So I must take something for him. And he said, what is it? He said, I want lovely, good Nagpur oranges. It was the month of December. Nagpur oranges come in the month of April and May. And he said, what is the second requirement? He said, I need a cook, and that too Brahmin cook. Because going to Shirdi, you have to cook your own food, because he wouldn't go alone. Being a sub-judge, he would take his family. By the time Nana Sahib came to his house, there was a man waiting. He said, I want some job. He was a government official, Mamledar. He came searching for a job. He said, what are you? What do you do? He said, I'm a cook. He immediately wrote a small chit and sent him to Tata Sahib. That was decided. Next morning, Nana Sahib went to Tata Sahib. He said, your one requirement is fulfilled. He said, no, even the second one. So Nana Sahib was he was perplexed. He said, what do you mean? He said, look at this. There were two big baskets full of Nagpur oranges with no name of consigner or consignee. But they were there in his house. When this thing, now, so when are you coming? He said, we'll go soon. And the first meeting of Baba, of Tata Sahib, was on 14th of January 1909. Sorry, 1908. That was 14th or maybe 15th. That was on Sankranti Day. Now the most important thing people have been asking. I have given you the story of Dada Sahib, his father. The sati is the one thing, and self-immolation. I'm not saying just putting a woman in the on the pyre is not the thing. If she had done it on her own, nobody forced her. Tata Sahib's grandmother, nobody forced her to be sati. And that gets such a lot of this thing that 7 generations behind and 7 generations further, they are always blessed. And Tata Sahib, of course, Dada Sahib was her son and Tata Sahib was her grandson. And also, he must have brought something. Purva Sanchita, whatever you have done in your past lives, that comes with you. Purva Sukrutanji Jodi, whatever your good deeds that you have done in your past lives, that comes in this life. That's what had happened, and I'm going to tell you how it had happened. Tata Sahib went for darshan of Baba. Tata Sahib was slightly short and stout also. He was fat. He bowed down to Baba on his haunches, not fully, not on knees, but haunches. And as he was about to go down, Baba put his hand full of udi. Baba used to give udi with fistful, not with pinches. So that hand was full of udi. He put his hand on Tata Sahib's head. And for a moment, Tata Sahib was in a trance. He didn't know what was happening. He was about to fall. He was just wavering. And in a minute or two, he came back to his senses. He bowed down, did his puja and whatever it is, because in those days puja was not being done. And many people would not be knowing, there was a Nimbora where the sheras, we have garlands. Garlands are tied at one end, both ends are tied. So you put it on somebody or on his neck. In masjid, the garlands are not tied, they are open. So one end is put on the nail of that nimbora. Nimbora is a portion coming out of this thing, wall that was there. That is there always in every masjid. But this time he just carried out puja on his feet and he got up from there. Both sons, elder one was a doctor, Dr. Vaman Nulkar, and younger one, my grandfather, Vishwanath. Both were there. The wife and mother were there. They carried out puja and they came back to Satewada. After coming back to Satewada is just, now Satewada is no more, but you must have seen Gurusthan. The Satewada was just behind Gurusthan. After coming back to Satewada, my grandfather asked him. By then he was just about 16, 17, about to enter college. He said, Tatya, what happened to you? You were not in yourself. He said, yes. I don't know what happened to me, but it was such a pleasant moment. I cannot explain, I cannot say, I cannot tell you. It was such a pleasant moment, I did not know. So, putting that hand full of udi gave a samadhi for a moment to Tatya. And this is one and only example in entire Sai Satcharit, or because this is not known and it is not mentioned in Sai Satcharit also. But this, my grandfather was there. He was also, his name is also not there. He was also a disciple of Baba. That I'll come to you later. So, in very first moment, first meeting, he was given a samadhi. Whatever he wanted, he came to know that. Tatya Sahib, what he expected had happened at that moment. They came back, then in the evening they went for the arti, came back after having food. Tatya Sahib and Nana Sahib was also there with him. Both of them, they were almost asleep. Suddenly Tatya Sahib got up in his bed and he asked Chandorkar, Nana Sahib, he said, can we get a pan, a betel leaf? And because he was used to. The moment he said that, a boy came running, he gave 4 pans to Tatya Sahib. He said, who has told you? And who gave this? He said, Baba sent me. How could it happen? How did Baba come? That I don't know. Baba has sent me and he has given this to you. And what did he tell you? Go and give it to Mata, that old man in Satewada. He had come on, that was the first day, first night over there on 14th of January 1908. And this happened in the evening. That was the moment when Satya Sahib confirmed that this is my Guru. This is my Guru. People take such a long time to know about their Guru. And as I said, Purva Sanchit, whatever has been brought by from previous lives, that has come to almost end. With the first visit, Tata Sahib has come to, he had already met some Satpurush, as I gave the names just now. I'll show them now. Yes, no problem. Gajanan Maharaj from Shegaon, then Gadge Baba, and another one. No, not this. Kaka Puranik, yes, Kaka Puranik. So these Satpurush, he had already met in his life. But Guru was Baba. It is very, very difficult for us to know. We may meet, but who is your Guru, that Guru will find you. You don't have to go in search of him. And the experiences which Baba gave on the first day was the confirmation. Thereafter, Tata Sahib used to go to Shirdi, go to Pandharpur, come back, because in those days there were plenty holidays for the court also. Whenever it was possible, he used to come and stay in Shirdi, go back. And Nana Sahib was happy that I have brought one good man to Baba. That was not all. The friendship is not only just come and have a cup of tea with me, not that sort of. They used to exchange their thoughts about Baba. Those two letters are good enough for me to understand what my great-grandfather was. Because he had written some letters to, two letters we got them after my great-grandfather's death. But they were sufficient to speak about Tata Sahib and Nana Sahib too. Tata Sahib had a habit, he would, whenever he wrote a letter on such subject, he wrote to Nana, he said, send back my letter after reading. Because Baba used to say, Jinne paya, unne chupaya. Those who have got it, they have kept the secret aloof. They would not let the secret out. And what was the secret? About their Guru. These things should not be spoken. That was the condition, not condition. It was the general this thing for everyone. But Dabholkar ji has already mentioned in his chapters. That I'll come to you later, which small, just to know. But those letters are with us, and those letters speak volumes. And the difference between normal writing and explaining your own experiences, there is plenty of difference in those letters. Once I read once, twice, thrice, 4 times, deciphered them because handwriting of Tata Sahib was different, so fast. And one could find out that he had written them in a very quick manner. He couldn't resist himself. I must tell this to my friend. That is what the way he has written those letters. That is one. We go further. About there was, you must have read about Dr. Pandit. Am I correct? In Sai Sammelan? Dr. Pandit had been also my relation. But I'll tell you the story, what happened, conspired between Pandit, Baba and Dada Kerkar. When Pandit came to Shirdi, he had only one thing in mind, that I must meet a good man, a Satpurush. I want to tell you one thing before I go to Dr. Pandit's. I call them Satpurush or Santa. We don't have saints. Saints are in Bible. Please don't misunderstand. Saints have no Guru Shishya this thing. We have. And saints don't, I have not seen any saints doing any chamatkar. And chamatkars don't take place, they automatically happen. We have Satpurush, we don't call them saints. We got Santa. And all things happen. They don't do it here by themselves. So when Pandit came to Shirdi, Baba only told him, go this way and meet Dada Kerkar, stay with Dada Kerkar. After that, after some time, Dada Kerkar was coming for puja. He said, would you like to come? So immediately, Dr. Pandit, he used to call himself Dr. Jagannath Rai Pandit. He had studied in Calcutta, that's why he had taken that style, Jagannath Rai, but he was a Maharashtrian. Jagannath Pandit. Pandit Jaminis, the double names. So, and he was from Kolhapur. Pandit also came along with Dada Kelkar. Dada Kelkar carried out his puja. Baba wouldn't allow anyone to put the sandal paste on his head or anywhere. Only Mahalsapati used to put a little bit of on his Baba's throat. Rest all on feet. Whatever puja is to be done on feet. That too with Baba's permission. Otherwise Baba would go, you must have read he would go berserk with all choicest bad words, abuses. And at that moment, Pandit took the plate from Dada Kelkar. There was a small plate, bowl. He took the sandal paste, held Baba's head, because you have to hold the head if he was a human being. Otherwise, on idol you can put it. But he held the head and put the Tripundra. Dada Kelkar was, he was about to hear something, but nothing happened. The puja was over, they went back to Satyavada. In the afternoon, by about 7 o'clock, people used to come back again to Baba. And Dada Kelkar asked Baba, I'll first say it in Marathi, what transpired between Dada Kelkar and Baba. Baba, ते कोण पंडित आले? डॉक्टर पंडित. आम्ही उलासात गंधाचा टिळा लावतो, तर तुम्ही एवढा आरडाओरडा करता. आणि ते पंडित त्यांनी लावला ना त्रिपुंड्र, आणि तुम्ही काय बी बोलला नाही. I'll say it in English now for your whenever we put little bit of sandal paste to you, that too on feet, you make such a lot of noise and abuse us. And then who is that Pandit? He came and suddenly he put the Tripundra on your head and you don't say even a word. Baba's answer was very, very sweet and out of straight from his mind. I'll say it in Marathi first, then explain it to you. Said, Dada, तुला माहित नाही त्याचा गुरु आहे ब्राह्मण. त्याने त्याची पूजा केली आणि मी फसले. Fasle is a typical feminine word, but that was the language of Selu or Patri, where from Baba is supposed to have come. Yes, 1 minute. I'll first explain what he said. He said, Dada, his guru is a Brahmin and he carried out his puja, not mine. And that Brahman guru is this Kaka Purani. He is from Rajapur, Konkan area. And what Baba said is absolutely correct. He was a Brahmin and he carried out his puja. And Baba said, he deceived me. Doctor deceived me and I got deceived. I couldn't say a word. He had overtaken me. I couldn't say a word about it. Then both these people came back. When they came back in Satyavada, Dada Kelkar asked him, who's your guru? He said, Kaka Puranik of Rajapur. And from that day onwards, the Tripundra started coming on Baba. Some precedence was required, and that was done by Dr. Jaminis. But then there onwards it has started normally. I'll come to Tata Saheb's Guru Puja Day. That was on 3rd July 1909. It was a Saturday. Tata Saheb that day got up in his bed and suddenly he remembered, oh, today is the Guru Purnima day. He informed his mother. His family was there, of course. He told his mother, he said, Mother, today is Guru Purnima. we have to go and do puja of Baba. Mother had already, she had completed, so mother went to Baba, she carried out her puja and came back. In the meanwhile, Tata Sahib got ready and everything with all puja material. He went to Baba. Baba, and he told point blank, Baba, normally he hardly used to talk to Baba, only a few words here and there, but otherwise he used to keep mum. He said, Baba, today is Guru Purnima, can we carry out puja? Baba said, yes. Immediately he told, call Dada Kelkar, call Tata Kote Patil, call Radha Krishna, call Shama. Then they all came and they realized that Baba is going to have puja. When Shama came, he said, you carry out puja of that pillar where Baba sits. There was a pillar. Said, Baba, I am not going to do. If I have to do puja, I will do the puja to you. It was allowed, but that puja, first puja of Guru Purnima was carried out by Tata Sahib. And from that day, even Aarti started, because both brothers, sons of Tata Sahib, one was a doctor, and another one was about to go to college. The younger one is my grandfather. Both knew the Aarti by heart, so Aarti was carried out. And then there onwards, the Aarti started. Earlier, people used to carry out puja and go away. But Aarti started from that day and it continues today, till today. That photograph also, Baba's photograph. Black, this negative one, Dhoni. Elder son of Tata Sahib was, he had many other, this thing, he used to play tennis, what not, number of things. Although he was a doctor, but he had also, photography was his passion. So he took the photograph of Baba, and that's what you see everywhere, and over here also, sitting on, this is the original glass negative of Baba.
So this is the original, what he is referring, original negative, what is with the Nulkar family, and the copy of that you're gonna get as prasad at the end of this. So we'll play this video short.
Show the positive also.
Real negative of what he's gonna bring you now. Apparently this was given to Shirdi Sansthan, and you see there's a breakage. So they broke it and it was fixed. It was sent to US, connected together. We'll ask Nulkaji when he's back. But this is how actual Baba, was actually. Different negative. Same negative, but I think celluloid and others.
This is celluloid.
This is what it is. And I think we'll ask Nulkaji, but Baba is very young, I think in 1908 or somewhere
not young, 1908.
Right, Mr. Malik,
Yeah.
this is can you see it now?
No, you have to put it. Yes, now it is clear. Hold on, let me stop it. Yes, now it is clear. Can you raise this a little bit?
Okay.
Right. अच्छा, ये कौन से साल में है बाबा का?
Put it more, Vivek ji. Vivek ji, gonna put it more on the little bit on the top side, and just in front of your face. Yes.
In your face. हाँ. Wow. ये कौन से साल का होगा? Baba, I think it must be 1908.
This is around 1909.
Okay. There are two negatives. One is that. What is this? This one.
This is a celluloid made from that glass negative.
Right. थोड़ा अब नजर आ रहा है. Yes, exactly. बस यहीं. So you want to talk about how Baba looked later or no?
Yeah, I'll say. A few words about Baba. He, as my grandfather told me, He was about 5'7", 5'8". He was not a short fellow, short person, but tallish. And when he came to, when he was seen by my grandfather, he was quite fair looking, with beard, everything all the same. And Baba continued to stay in the same attire, with one headgear, that kafni and dhoti at times. Otherwise only kafni. He used to wear langot as he had mentioned earlier, and over that the kafni. Occasionally he would wear a dhoti. Anyway, but one thing which my grandfather told me was, you could not look directly into eyes of Baba. When he is normal, it's okay. But if you try to look at him through his eyes, it was difficult for you. Because his eyes would sparkle and they were so bright, nobody could look into his eyes. Baba could look into you, that was a different issue. And you, in normal course, but if Baba was frowned, if he was angry, then it was difficult to look at him. As it is, he would start giving with choices, bad words, abuses, and nobody could tolerate his anger. That was Baba.
So another thing, can you guess how long it would have taken you or a normal human being to tie this headgear? So,
Let him finish.
Bappaji, we have Bappaji's recording. Bappaji was Lakshman Mamaji's son, and Lakshman Mama you have read in Pothi. Do you know, you read Pothi, right? That young girl, you read Science, etc. Do you remember Lakshman Mama?
No.
So Lakshman Mama was the one who did Baba's last arti. Baba came in the dream and said, go, Bapu Sahib joke. So Lakshman Mama's son, Bappaji, you read, right? So he said in the interview, we'll show if we have time at the end, he said, बाबा जो थे वो ये अपनी जो ऊपर हेडगियर ऐसे करते थे कि हमें पता ही नहीं चलता था. Baba used to shower many times, he mentioned 3-4 times a day, and he used to use lot of water. Okay, and जो headgear when he used to wear, he will do it very quickly. We couldn't figure out, right? So lot of information we get from that interviews also. Go ahead.
Yeah, right. Yep. I would like to tell you about this photograph. Most of you must be having this photograph or picture, but this original photograph where Baba is sitting, you can see the slight bit of black line over there. That is the beam. And on both sides, on the right side you may not see, but left side you see a pillar sort of a thing. That is at the back, not in the front. Because it's a photograph, you may not be able to make out, but when you see it closely, there was a beam and pillars at the back of that wall. That's why I call it an original photograph, and that is there in original photograph. Rest of the pictures are taken only Baba and that stone, big stone. You are going to get the original photograph now. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Going to.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Vishnuji ke bhai.
Yes. My grandfather and my grandmother. Yes.
Yeah, Dwarka, Sabha Mandap. Yeah, Sabha Mandap.
What is it?
No, he is asking where this picture was taken.
No. It's not Dwarka Mai. Nothing to do with Dwarka Mai. Dwarka Mai had no walls or nothing. Only where Baba, the upper portion where Baba used to sit. And the Dhuni came when Baba came. There was no Dhuni earlier. But it was known as Masjid. Baba landed in Masjid and he started staying there. He couldn't care less for the people in Shirdi. People did not know anything about Baba Earlier he used to say anywhere. Where Guru Sthan was there was a all dirty place. He used to stay there. Finally, Malsapati tried to take him to his place. He said no. Then he would go wander everywhere in outside Shirdi and come back sometime in the evening, morning at his will. But then later on, when he started going for Bhiksha, then he started staying in Shirdi, in Masjid. And that too, you must have read in the Satcharit. Whatever Bhiksha Baba used to collect, it was collected in one thing. And he had a tin. Dal, dahi, whatever people gave, it was collected in the same thing. Bhakri, he would collect it, the bread or bhakri you must be knowing. Gujaratis know bhakri. Am I correct? There are small ones. We have in Maharashtra big ones, of jawar or bajra. But Gujaratis know what is bhakri, the small one. But that was a big one. So he used to collect them, and he may eat little bit here and there, one bhakri maximum. Rest of the thing, there was a small sort of a place kept called Kolamba. Kolamba is sort of a earthenware that was kept, and he would keep everything over there remaining. And there, the dogs, even that woman who used to clean the roads, she used to come and collect some bhakri from there. Otherwise, dogs, whatever animal came, it would take out from there.
So if you remember, Gavankar ji shared that fakir that came in the corridor when his mother made bhakri and chutney, he made 4 pieces. He did not eat. He fed others, because that's what Nulkaji is saying. Also, when Baba in Dwarka Mai, he will feed others, and when he feed others, he gets belched. He feels satisfied. So there are similarities you will see across all these incidents.
And in those days, that Dwarka Mai, there was no Dwarka Mai actually. It was a masjid only. No walls, nothing whatsoever. Later on it came up. After 11, 12, it is mentioned in my grandfather's letter also, and same thing in Sai Sammelan also. After 12 or so, the Dwarka Mai was built up. But Buttiwada came much later. In 17 early, it was started building. Butti started building it. And Baba used to come and give instructions. Keep a window over here, keep a gallery over there. Baba used to give instructions. And it was accordingly done. And when it was about to be completed, Shama and Bhuti both wanted to have a Sri Krishna Mandir over there. Baba said, please reread Sai Satcharitra. Baba said, yes, we'll all come and play here Bala Gopal. Who are Bal Gopal? Gopal ke jo friends say, all friends of Gopal, that is Krishna. And Baba was Krishna, that's why it was known as Dwarka Mai. And Bal Gopal were Shama, Jog, Dabarkar, all were Gopalas. He said, yes, we'll come in the Vada and we'll play there. And that's what exactly happened, what Baba said. And that's why his body was kept after the Mahanirvan. Anyway, that was much
another
later.
thing, Butiwara was built much later, what Nulkaji is saying.
Yes.
Narkeji was Butiji's son-in-law. Baba told him in 1913 to Narkeji, he will build a Butiwara here. So many years back, Baba knew this is going to happen, and he already knew I'm going to there. He is getting Krishnaji, but he knew that already.
Yeah, 1 minute, sorry. Please let me correct. Narkeji was not told. Baba appeared in the dreams of Shama and Buddhi on the same morning. early morning and asked them that vada should be built. And both, when they got up, they were wondering, what dream I have seen, is it correct? And both wanted to ask Baba. And Baba said, once I told you, why are you worried? Go ahead, what I said. That is what has happened. And Narkeji, he was told, Narke's memoirs are there. And he has mentioned in his memoirs that I was told to be, Baba had asked me to be in charge of Bhutti Vada, which is likely to come up. Baba had already told him before Bhutti Vada had come up. That is what has happened. He is mentioned in his memoirs, Narke. Okay, should I go further? I want to tell you about a very typical and away from normal things about my grandfather. Unfortunately or unfortunately, you may say whatever it is, because as I said earlier, jinne paya unne chupaya. So did my grandfather. And it so happened, after his death only, we came to know what he had done, or what Baba had done to him. As a young boy of 16, 17, he was about to get admission in the college. He was in such a state of mind, I also want a guru like Baba, who has no family, nothing to do with worldly things. And Baba was like that. And this could be seen by the near one devotees, like as I said just now, Narkeji. Few sentences from his writing I'll tell you. He mentions at one place, Narkeji, that Baba was once frowned. He was giving abuses, whatnot. I'll tell you the meaning of those abuses also later. And I was watching him. And Baba had seen that I was watching him. After his frowning or abuses were over, I was there in the Dwarka Mai, and Baba quietly said, "What do you think? Am I mad?" "I am not mad." And Narke says there, "I have realized Baba is Parabrahma. He is not an ordinary man." Now I'll come to his abuses. His abuses were for either some of his disciples or his devotees out somewhere he was in difficulty, and his attackers or whosoever was, he would abuse them to remove them from his difficulty, or he would use abuses to give total or partly at least. It was for the devotees. They were blessed by his abuses. Shama was one of them. There were a number of them. That is a different issue. I'll come to my grandfather again. At the age of 16, 17, instead of going to the college, he was fighting with his father, grandmother and mother. "I want to go to Baba." They tried to tell him, "This is not the age. Don't do this thing. You still have a lot of work to do. You have to complete your studies, get married and whatnot." That was grandmother's thinking. He said no. And there was a big fight between him, his grandmother, mother, and father, Tata Sahib. Finally, he won over, and when he was about to leave, his grandmother and Tata Sahib said, "Now that you're going, don't come back." And Tata Sahib writes in his letter, if Baba takes him, nothing like it. Not that he, of course, about son, growing up son, he would like to complete his studies and whatnot. But in his mind, what he had achieved, if his son wants to do the same thing, in his mind he thought, if Baba takes him, nothing like it. Finally he went over there, and Baba, once he reached there, Baba said, "Oh, now you have come. Okay. Go to Shala. School. And who was school? Radha Krishna Ai. A few words about Radha Krishna Ai at this stage only, if you don't mind. Radha Krishna Ai was the one who brought all the grandeur to Shirdi. All that you say, Ananta Koti, Brahmanda Nayaka, all grandeur of that Rajadiraj, Radha Krishna Ai was the instrumental to bring all that grandeur. Even people elder to her in age and in position, like Kelkar, Jog, Pradhan, so many, they used to call her Ai, mother. She was much younger, like their daughter, but yet, and Pradhan says, Dada Kelkar says, I have learned many things from Ai. Ai, no, not Radha Krishna Ai. That was the feeling for their mother, that is Radha Krishna Ai. And her name is no more available in Samsthan. Please don't misunderstand. What I am saying is correct. Samsthan has got different connotation, many things. That is besides the point. So my grandfather was sent to Radha Krishna Ai as school. And why school? Because she would teach these people how to behave with Baba, how to talk to Baba, what is to be done to Baba, how he is to be praised, or how he is to be, his pujas to be carried out. All she would teach. Few days he stayed there, and then Baba sent him to Godavari banks, which were about 8 kilometers away from Shirdi, Kopargaon, near Kopargaon. He was asked to stay there with a shack. He was staying all alone, cooking his own food, doing puja, whatnot, whatever. He was doing all alone. By then, it was about 6-7 months had passed, and grandmother of my grandfather, that is Tata Sahib's mother, she was restless. She said to her son, that is Tata Sahib, he said, I will go and tell Baba and bring back Visu. With the result, she was pestering. He said, Visu should come back. She, Tata Sahib, mother, his mother, Visu's mother, and the mother-in-law of Tata Sahib, 3 ladies, Tata Sahib, they came from Pandharpur to, and he had written a letter earlier to Sardar Mirikar in Kopargaon and asked for some Bailgadi, that bullock carts to be taken to Shirdi. As they reached Godavari, they had bath and all, because it is known as Ganges of South. They had a bath, and then they were about to climb the Godavari bank. And suddenly Tata Sahib saw some young Sai Baba with beard and headgear. And he asked Sardar Mirikar's son, he said, who is this young Sai Baba? He said, don't you know? He is your own son. Tata Sahib was flabbergasted. He said, how come? What is he doing here? He said, Baba has asked him to stay here. And Baba comes here and gives him some instructions to complete his sadhana. This was we did not know till the demise of my grandfather. It so happened, he stayed there, then all these people went to Shirdi, they stayed there. And every day, the grandmother would ask Baba, Baba, I'm going to take back Visu. Baba would say, just say, After puja and all, they will go back. Next day again, Baba, I want to take back Visu. Third day the same thing, fourth day same thing. So she stopped asking. But pestering to Shama, we have to go back. After about 10 days, when they had lost the thought of going back. Baba said, okay, go to Shama. Accordingly, they were called, the puja was done, arti was done, and Shama asked for a rupee from Tata Sahib, went and brought some barfi. That Naivedya was carried out, and Baba himself, which was not done normally, he took that barfi and gave it to all, only Nulkar family. And he said, now go. After having said go, Tata Sahib bowed down everything, he went out. The ladies were there. When Shama was told, tell that old lady. I'll say it in Marathi first, then I'll explain it. म्हातारीला सांग 4 दिवस जाऊ नको म्हणून. But before that, Baba said, चालली का म्हातारी हंडी मडकी घेऊन? Now the old lady is going with all utensils. And the instruction given to Shama was, ask her to stay back. But by then, Tata Sahib had gone out of Dwarka Mai. He did not know, and Shama did not inform him. And Tata Sahib writes, because he came to know much later, after having faced the problems, and the problem was his boat was stuck in the midst of the river. With the result, he could not catch the train, and they were delayed. In Sai Sammelan, Dabolkar writes that Tata Sahib did not listen to Baba. That's why his train was delayed. He could not catch the train, and it was delayed. It wasn't so. But it so happened that this thing, and Tata Sahib mentions the consequences were these. The boat was stuck and we lost the train. We could not catch the train. After this, along with them, even Visu had come back. He went to Deccan College and completed his studies and whatnot. Then afterwards, Davars College in Mumbai. No. Later I would say. No? After and before that, a couple of experiences of. While staying in Shirdi, Tatya Sahib had experiences one after the other. His all small little things were fulfilled by Baba. While he was staying there, I forgot to tell you one thing. In the very first meeting, Tatya Sahib had mentioned to Baba that Baba, when he was sub-judge in Pandharpur, he had a case of the pujaris of Pandharpur, and he had given the verdict against their wishes. But he was the Munsaf, he was the judge. He had given the verdict, but in his mind he was slightly perturbed. He said, I have not given the correct verdict. And he told Baba in his very first meeting, which I forgot to tell you, that Baba, I have given the verdict against the God, and I don't want to do it further. And Baba said, so will it be. The time came a little later, almost a year later, and Tata Sahib left his job, everything, and he came to stay in Shirdi. By then, another friend of his came from Mumbai. That was Baba Sahib Sahasrabuddhe. Because all these things are so linked and worth hearing, that's why I am telling you. Baba Sahib Sahasrabuddhe was his schoolmate in Pune, and both used to sit on the same bench. The old man with big beard, in those days he did not have the beard. Okay. He was a very stubborn person. Sorry, I should not say, because he is Tatya Sahib's friend. But the behavior, even with Baba, that I will come to, very stubborn. he came to Shirdi at the base of Kakasaheb Dikshit, Nanasaheb Chandorkar and Hemad Pant. He was at Hemad Pant's place in Mumbai, and suddenly all these three people thought, yes, we got a man with whom we can send something. They wanted to send some utensils to Shirdi for cooking, because people had started coming to Shirdi. For them to cook, they needed some utensils, big ones. So he said, will you go? He said, why should I go? Although he was friend of all these three people, he said, why should I go? Suppose if I go, who will bear my expenses? Kakasaheb Dikshit immediately gave him the money. He said, take this. This is for your expenses. He wouldn't stop there. He would immediately, he asked him again. He said, if I have to stay for 5-6 months in Shirdi, who will give me the money? He said, okay. He gave another check to Shama. Give him whatever money he asks. Kakasaheb Dikshit was a very wealthy man. So was Bhuti, so was Dadasaheb Khaparde. Very wealthy persons. Kakasaheb Dikshit immediately, he said, don't worry. And mind you, he was not a pauper or anything. He was also very well off. But he was trying and pestering these people, although they were his friends. So Kakasaheb said, okay, you take whatever money you want. Finally, he came there and landed in Shirdi, in Sathewada. Sathewada, Tatasaheb was sitting there, and at that time he had diplopia, seeing two things of one. Two persons, two things, whatever it is. He had some eye problem. When he landed there, he immediately called. His name, Lakshman Rao. Do you recognize me? He said, now that you have taken my name, you must be knowing me. But I can't see and I could not recognize you. Then he said, do you remember there was one Sahasrabuddha sitting next to you in 4th class in Pune High School? Then he realized, and they hugged each other and both had tears in their eyes. The two friends were meeting after 25, 30 years. He said, now that you have come here, you are my guest. Nothing doing. Although he was given the chit and all, he said, now you are my guest. He went to meet Baba, came back. The very first meeting, Baba said, I'll say it in Marathi first, तात्याबाला नमस्कार करावा, दादा केळकरला नमस्कार करावा. त्यात आपल्याला कमी वाटायचं काही कारण नाही. Do bow down to Tatya Sahib, do bow down to Dada Kelkar. You should not feel bad about it. In the first meeting, he came back. Second day, he went over there again. Again the same thing. Bow down to Tatya Sahib, bow down to Dada Kelkar, nothing to feel bad about it. Third day again the same thing, same word, same thing. Third day, he came back and said to Tatya Sahib, Baba has asked me to give service to you. Now tell me, what should I do? He said, I don't know what Baba has said. You are my friend. And what Baba has in his mind, I don't know. But we'll see. I don't know what Baba has in mind. This continued. He went on going to Dwarka Mai, and he found, by then Kakasaheb had also come, the others also were there. Baba used to speak certain things which many others could not understand. And Kakasaheb, Davarkar ji, others, Kaka Mahazani, they would try to find out the meaning of it, what Baba had said. Baba at times tells small stories, some abages, something. Those stories or whatever it was for the third person, not for the people who were gathered there. But he was amongst them. And he would come to know, yes, this is for me. And these people whom I named just now, they would try to find out some meaning out of it. And while this thing used to take place, Baba Sahib used to watch. One day he came and told Baba, he said, all these people, Kaka Sahib, Dada Kirkar, Kaka Mahatani, whatever were there, he said, these are mad people. There should be one hospital for these mad people. He said, don't tell me what you tell them. If you want to tell me straight. He was such a man. That's why I said stubborn. He is no more, he is my great-grandfather's friend, but he was like that. When he said that, Baba told him, he said, I'll say it in Marathi first because those are the words which are very important. I'll explain it. आमचा अनुभवी वायलावरचा नाही. मशिदीच्या पायरीवर कुत्र्यावाने पडून राहा आणि राम नाम घेऊनच जा. My experience is not indirect, it is direct. Lie down over there as a dog on the steps of Dwarka Mai and take Ram Nam from me, Baba. Not me, Baba. Baba also gave him the straight answer. It's not indirect, direct. And it so happened, Baba Sahib stayed there and as it is, he was taking Ram Nam all the time. I have got his, whatever he had written in Sai Leela in those days, that writing is there with me. And his even thoughts are worth reading in that letter and Sai Leela also because they were printed in Sai Leela. So Baba Sahib finally stayed there. And he told Shama always used to ask about returning of these people. So whenever Baba asked Shama would come and ask Baba. He said, Raundetara, let him be here. We have got a lot of work to be done by him. And what was that work? Because soon after, as Baba Sahib writes in his own writing, after 15-20 days, Tata Sahib was sick. He had diabetes. In those days, there was no medicine for diabetes. He had carbuncles on his back. One small one had come up and then it started increasing. And he was in such a pain at a later day, within very short period. And it was being deteriorated day by day. And he was there to look after him. As a patient would be looked after by hospital staff. He was looking after his own friend. Then both of them realized. But Tatya Sahib said once, said, what is this? You are my friend and you have to do this thing. Because he would even put the urine pot at night, midnight. He said, I am very sad. I don't want you to do this. What can I do? I cannot get up. He said, you are no more a judge. And I am not serving you. I am serving my friend. So don't tell me all these things. I'll do what I want. Again, this stubbornness is this. In point blank words, you are not a judge now. You are my friend. And I am doing what I should do for my friend. But sincerely, he carried out almost to the end. With this thing, Tata Sahib, he succumbed to his death, succumbed to his wounds and the carbuncles. But the end came right in the morning. Both his sons were there. He asked them to sing a bhajan. That bhajan is also very nice and I won't come to that. But that continued. It was almost over by 2 o'clock in the morning and He said, now stop. And before that, his elder son, doctor, because his father was in pain, he said, Tatya, should I give you some brandy? He was reluctant to have. He said, but tell Baba. And you should not touch this thing in your life. He took just 2 spoons of brandy maybe, just to reduce the pain. But that was not enough. His end was close by. After the singing of bhajan was over by 2 o'clock or so, he closed his eyes and he gave, just put this thing.
Incidents of what happened in Dwarka.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. Immediately my grandfather, he ran to Radha Krishna, brought the tirtha. She always used to keep tirtha of Baba. Pada tirtha of Baba is, and put in his mouth about maybe 2-3 this thing in his mouth, and that was the end of Tata Sahib. This was 2 o'clock in the morning. Whole Shirdi was asleep, and Baba was awake. At 2 o'clock, hello, please sit for a few minutes. If you don't mind. You would lose something. Baba, you have seen that small railing. He was near the railing. And there was nobody in the masjid in Dwarka Mai. It was open. And from there he started shouting. First of all, he gave such a dirty this thing. तारा पडला त्या मशिदीच्या मागे आता मी राहून काय करू माझा तात्याबा गेला मी बी चालला जाईने. These were the words of Baba. Baba said, shouting, my Tatyaba is gone. What do I do? By staying in this world, I'll also go. Further he said, तात्याबानं देवाचं ऐकलं. देवाला बी त्याचं भलं करावं लागेल. तात्याबा adhered to the God. And God has to do good for him. These were the words of Baba. Tatyaba has no further life. These were the words of Baba at the demise of Tatya Sahib. After knowing this, Radha Krishna came from, because all people had gathered after Baba started shouting. And then they came to know Tatyaba is no more. Radha Krishna came running from there. She had come to know about this demise of Tatya Sahib, and she went and kissed Tatya Sahib body on his cheeks, and she started all tears in her eyes. She said, my God man has gone. Because she knew what Tatya Sahib was. That was the love even Radha Krishna had for Tatya Sahib.
So this was seen by your grandfather, right?
Of course he was there very much. The next day the procession had taken place. When Baba came out of the masjid and he saw both sons came to bow down, Baba said, don't worry, go. Allah bhala karega. And then body was taken. Another wonderful thing which had happened was, after the demise of, after another year or so, Tatya Sahib's wife, my great-grandmother, she had prepared a locket. In those days it was a customary that something should be touched by the Lord or God or blessed, and it should be kept in the daily puja. So she prepared a locket and sent it to Shirdi. Once it is touched by Baba, it would come back and then she would keep it in the daily puja. That locket was received by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon by Shama. Shama used to do all needed work by Baba. So he brought the postman brought the packet and handed it over to Shama. Shama brought it to Baba. Baba, it was by 4 o'clock and people used to gather in the masjid by about 4 o'clock. They had started coming in. Baba held the packet and he asked Shama. People were standing there, all devotees of Baba. Shama, do you know what is there inside? तुला माहिती का ह्याच्यात काय आहे? How do you know? You must be knowing. How do I know what is inside the packet? ह्याच्यात दोन बावा आहेत. Baba said, ह्याच्यात दोन, there are 2 bavas in this packet. And he started kissing that packet, holding it in hand. And it was shown to everyone, there are 2 bavas inside. And he started kissing several times. Then the packet was opened and it was shown to everybody. There was one photograph of Tata Saheb and one side it was Baba. And that locket was to be brought back, sent back for the puja of his wife, Tata Saheb's wife, my great-grandmother. That locket is with me with the letter of Shama. When he sent it back, the letter was written by him and what happened that day, that was also mentioned. This is the letter, original letter which is with me, and so also the locket which was sent there, and the letter date you may see, it is 2012-12, 1912. This is a locket. Now there is no photograph of Tata Saheb, but when I got it from my grandmother, it was like this only. And I asked her, he said, what is this? He said, there was a photograph of Tata Saheb, but I don't know when it was removed. Because sometime it was earlier with her mother-in-law, which came to her, and in between when that photograph was removed, she did not know. But this is the locket and that's the letter. And Shamaji writes that this locket and the packet was shown to everybody before opening and after opening, and Baba kissed it in front of everyone and said, there are 2 Babas and this Baba has taken me away. He has won me over. He was such a soul that I couldn't, and that's why the lament which I showed you just now, at 2 o'clock in the morning, Baba lamented in such a way that nobody could understand why Baba is doing this. Then they came to know that Tata Saheb is no more. And what Tata Saheb was known to Radhakrishna. That's why she came running. She kissed him the body. He was the soul. Hello.
So, Nulkarji, how old was Vishuji when all this happened?
Naturally, both sons were there. They carried out all the things. But Baba Saheb was also there. and others who were available in those who were available was not mentioned in the letter. But hello. All names were not there, but both sons were there, and this incident has been mentioned about Radhakrishna.
They would have seen Baba actually
Yes,
performing because
yes,
they were
that
very
is
mature.
this was that is the reason why my grandfather was such an actor. What I have shown you just now, that's what he used to do it and show us. This is what Baba used to behave. This was one part of it, but otherwise also whenever he used to tell about Baba, he would speak in the same fashion as we would think we were small. Baba was in front of us, that's what we used to feel. And this lament, he had shown it several times. That's why I very well remember. I would, yes. No, before that, 32 rupees, which are not with me, but still. Baba had, on Datta Jayanti day, about Tata Sahib I'm talking about, Datta Jayanti day, Tata Sahib had something in mind. He said, I must have something of Baba with me. And this is what a good disciple always has in mind. Vastu amogh Guruji ne dini. That's what he had in mind. And on Datta Jayanti day, evening by 7 o'clock, Baba sent a boy, go call that Matara, call that old man. He used to call him Matara. Before he reached him, there was another boy. Go call that Matara. Third boy, 3 boys were sent to Tata Sahib to call him to masjid. Tata Sahib went over the boy. What is the urgency? He did not know. So he went with a hurry, and as he reached Dwarkamai, Baba was taking out a kafni. No. Another one. No. Third one. As he entered, he found one of his size. And he put that kafni on his body and said, Thandi varela bari hai. Now this Thandi vara is not cold and wind, but his future journey after the life. Baba had taken care of that. One more thing which I had not mentioned earlier, he came back with that kafni on to Sathewada. When his wife asked him, he said, what is this? He said, Baba has given me sannyas. She had tears in her eyes. Then he explained, he said, don't worry, I wanted something of Baba, he has given me. And that was not all. Baba gave him 32 rupees, full rupees of silver. Silver has got no meaning because the rupees were in silver everywhere. Because British rupees were there, so they were silver rupees. Like Lakshmi Bai was given 9 rupees, he was given 32 rupees and 32 paisas to my grandfather. And 32 rupees has got a meaning. I will not go into detail, but 8 Sukshma Deha, small body, 8 large bodies, that is Deha, 8 Karanas and 8 Mahakarana. That's how it makes 32 rupees. That means all, mind, body, intellect, everything was given to Baba. all different, those 32 has got different branches, but that I will not go into detail. But this is all in small, mind, body, intellect, everything was given to Baba. And Baba mentioned this thing to Shama one day. Shama, will this old man, Matara, will he give us 12 rupees? All of a sudden, Shama said, Baba, what is this you are asking? He said, you know it. He said, no. He has already given everything to us. We have to give him. And how much? 1200 rupees. Now you know, he was telling Shama, Bhakchan Marwadi has got my 1200 rupees. You take it from him and give him. Nothing was given, nothing was taken. But that meant that Baba was going to give him 10 times more. Or 120 times more. So much. He has already given me everything. Now I have to give him. But he expressed it to Shama, which was told to Tata Saheb. That's why Tata Saheb wrote it in his own letter. This was what conspired between Shama and Baba. Anything left out? And these are the neem tree leaves and a piece of cloth which was there under Baba's feet. My grandmother could get that piece of cloth and say it was given to me with these 32 paisas. They are also with me, and this locket is with me in this letter. So these are the things which are I'm trying. I've already put them in puja. It is carried out every day, and they are my prized property.
Any questions for Nulkarji? Any questions from the young people? Okay.
Shall I? Yeah, go ahead. One more thing I want to tell you, probably you must all be knowing. This is one book, perhaps most of you may be able to read the title, Sripad Sri Vallabh Charitramrut. This is in Marathi, but this is available on Google also in all languages. But earlier, this was written by Shankar Bhatt in 1300 and some year. And he was told, Shankar Bhatt was told that 33rd generation of yours will be translating this book. It was written in Sanskrit. Then it was translated into recently about 100 years back, and slowly it was translated in Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, everything, and Marathi also. I think you will find a copy in Gujarati also. This one book, one must read. On 75th page of this book, it is clearly mentioned. This is about Datta Avatar. You must be knowing. I am not talking anything new. This mentions that Datta in that avatar, he had mentioned, I'll appear in Dishila Nagari, means Shirdi, as Sai Baba. I'll take avatar of Sai Baba in Yavana Vesh, in the attire, clothes of a Muslim, but not being a Muslim. Please remember this. Many people have got this notion Baba was a Muslim. That is why I am telling you. And it's not me, it's Datta Avatar which has mentioned this thing. So also Swami Samartha in Akkalkot, which is known as Prajnapur. The name is mentioned as Prajnapur. Prajna means Akkal. Intellect. Prajnapur is Akkalkot. Then Gadge Baba was one of his disciples, Datta Avatar's disciple. Then Tembe Maharaj, who was um, at the same time in Rajamahendri, who had given a coconut to Baba with an advocate. You must have read about it. So that was also Datta Avatar. Datta, in that same thing it is mentioned, I'll be taking avatar of Ramadasa in Maharashtra. I'll be taking avatar as Shivaji Maharaj in Maharashtra. And Manik Prabhu was the avatar of the beads, Manika beads given to Hanumana by Datta Avatar, out of which Manik Prabhu has taken as avatar. That is also Datta Avatar. And there may be many more. This book is a number of characters. It is very, very, of course, it is 53 chapters like Satyarit. It is very, very difficult to go through because so many characters. It is very difficult to, you have to go backwards for a while, 2-3 pages and again go forward. But please do read it someday whenever you find time. You all your notions will be cleared. Okay? Thank you very much.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kafni, that is with my cousin. And those 32 rupees were also with my cousin. And I could not bring it, and I should not bring it at all because wherever it is there, good enough. It is Baba's will, or so it is kept there. I did not bring it. The one with me, of course, these coins also I did not bring. But only thing one I could bring is this locket. I wouldn't, because he is not willing to show it. That's why. Otherwise, I would have mentioned you go to so and so place, you will find Kafni. And it is every Sai devotee would like to see that Kafni. I am aware. Even those rupees. But coins are with me. You can go to him. He also has one. He has one. Not here. At home.
So, one of the objective of this is when devotees go to Shirdi, there is a chore, there is a routine. You go to Samadhi Mandir, Chavadi, Dwarka Mai. But after you hear these leelas and when you go there, you have a different bhav because you can recollect that yes, they here, Gavankarji was there, Tatya Sahib came, right, Gurusthan, right? So that's the thing. Another thing, when you go to Shirdi next time, I don't know, I think maybe apology, I did not introduce Akshay ji. He's the manager of the trip. He has been coordinating all this stuff. Connect with him, right? When you go to Shirdi next time, we have a free guided tours over there that will actually, we will take you to the places that you haven't seen, right? Right now you are just hearing. It's very difficult to go and see. We didn't cover Balaji Pillav Gurav, who has the langot of Baba. When Baba was given the last bath in Dwarka Mai, they managed to get the langot. We have a video, we'll share all that on the Telegram. So, but connect with Akshay ji, will get you all the guided tours where Baba used to go and all these leelas that you can connect with, and it will be very blissful experience. And now,
basically join Telegram. Then you will get all this photograph what I am showing and further all backward programs also there.
And now what we will do is, we will play a very short audio interview of who we have? Balaji Pillapura, right? Balaji Pillapura. So, stop. Can you pause it? So, there are, on the top right, you see he's Professor Antonio. I'm going to start sharing this. Again, this is also Baba's miracle, like Nulka ji said, Sripad Vallabh Charitra. it manifested itself after 33 generations. Professor Antonio, as he's in Italy, as part of his thesis, he went in 1980s to Shirdi. He was asked by his PhD advisor to, or you know, some faculty member, go there and do a interview of, because he was doing study on religion. So he went there in 1980s, and you know, during that time, lot of devotees actually who lived with Baba, they were present at that time. And Narasimha Swamiji, you know, did a lot of great work. He did lot of interviews, and we read all that in you know, we read through that. But I'm sure we already wish at this time somebody would have actually recorded their voice, and that's what Professor Antonio did. He went there, he got an interpreter, because everyone spoke Marathi. So he got an interpreter who will convert Marathi to English, and that's what. So this, we have couple of videos on that channel again. Bappa ji, Uddhav ji, Shama's son, and Balaji Pillavguru. So we'll play a very short audio. You'll see, you know, they telling what Baba used to do. There are a lot of incidents here that you can connect that, and also new information. And Balaji Pillavguru, like, you know, many devotees were very small at a young age. So it's hard to remember, you know, what Baba. But Balaji Pillavguru was, you know, he spent 6 years with Baba in Dwarka Mai, and he was 20 years old when Baba took Mahasamadhi. So very, you know, you can, he shares lot of information when you go into details, Lendi Bagh routine, what Baba used to do, and like I shared with you how he used to wear his headgear, all that stuff. So we'll play very short video on this. Audio interview, okay. Please bear with me, guys.
बालाजी पिलाजी गुरु ऐसे हाउ मेनी इयर्स ओल्ड आप कितना वय वाले अभी अभी 90 90 इयर्स ओल्ड 90 इयर्स ओल्ड नवातार हमारी उम्र 20 वर्ष की थी 20 वर्ष की हमारी उम्र 20 वर्ष की थी बाबा गए अच्छा when he was in 20 years of old Baba take samadhi he was 20 years old Sai Baba बाबा 1908 से नहीं गए 1908 से नहीं बाबा गए उनको सेवक का स्नान डाले बाबा को सेवक का स्नान डाले अच्छा कितने दिन नंतर ताबडतोब झाले अच्छा अच्छा तो वो दमोटी और कोट जरा छोड़ के रखा क्यों ना नवा पे ना वो हमने किसका दक्षिण से उठा के लाए भक्त लोगों को बताते अच्छा
So here he's saying, Balaji Guru is saying that, you know, when he had association of 6 years, and then when Baba took Mahasamadhi, when he was given the last bath, he has that langot, and I think we have seen that langot. But Kaki, aap wo langot abhi hold on, let me. So you can watch this. You know, this lot of, and Balaji Pillavguru used to play Shanai in Dwarka Mai, in front of Baba. His father used to play tabla, right, in Dwarka Mai. So lot of good information there. Go to that channel. It's we have interviewed lot of devotees, Damu Anna ji and Dev Sahib, in very remote areas of India where I don't think it's possible even to go. But with Baba's willingness, it all happened, and there's a lot of information. So I think one piece of information Nulkar ji would like to add. Okay, so this is what you're seeing is Balaji is Pillavguru's daughter. That's the langot. And you will see that can't be a langot. So what happened is, it's because it's very small, right? So Balaji Pillavguru was very generous, and I'm sure when you go to his house, they will ask, मुझे थोड़ा सा दे दो, थोड़ा सा देते देते ये langot ऐसा हो गया. And when you go there, you see there is a knot on that langot. That is the knot that Baba actually tied it. It's very pakki, and so it's very blissful to go there. She's also very nice. Her home is right behind Gurustan. And another thing is the picture that you see on the wall where Baba is standing with that chhatra, that was that where Baba used to stand. That was the place where Balaji Garav original home was. So after that, when Shirdi was developed, roads were made, they demolished the home. But again, we have a video, thanks to Sai Leela team who did a great job for conducting all these videos for all of you devotees here in Canada. We made a video giving directions how to actually go to this house, and also where Baba used to sit. And also there is a very important Vitthal Mandir in Shirdi, where Das Ganuji used to spend a lot of time, where he wrote, started Stavan Manjali and Bhakta Leelamri saints. Baba never used to allow Das Ganu ki yahan Dwarka mein tum apna kirtan karo aur Vitthal Mandir mein. So Lakshman Mama used to stay there, and Bappa ji, right? So that video is also there on the channel. You can see how to go there. But again, reach out to Akshay ji for any questions you have. We have another, in the interest of time, Chandokar family also send a message for you guys. Can you play a little bit? Just show them. So Chandokar ji, she's Chandokar from Chandokar's family in Pune, great devotee. Nobody, everyone heard about him. So that video is also there. Hear from them about how she was actually related to Baba before even coming to Nana Sahib family. She was already related to family. So with that, Nulkar ji, share the Khusha Bhao incident.
I would like to tell you an extreme devotee of Baba whose real name is Lakshman Rao Joshi, but generally known as Kushabhav. About him, hardly any of the devotees of Baba know about him. Could you show please this picture? This is Kushabhav Joshi, whose samadhi is there in Pune, near Parvati Hill. He was sent by his earlier guru, to Baba. And mind you, he was at par with Baba. He had all sorts of siddhis. We do not know what all siddhis are, but there are many siddhis. You can become small and you can become large, you can become whatever it. He had the siddhi of even alchemy, making gold out of iron. So he was almost at par, but something was left out. So his guru, Vakratunda, his name was Vakratunda Maharaj, not this. You can see, they just enlarge it slightly. He was a guru of Kushabhaji. He used to start his Sashtang Namaskar in the morning. Everyone knows Sashtang Namaskar. He used to start his Sashtang Namaskar at 5 o'clock in the morning until 12:30 in the afternoon. Thereafter, he would have a large vessel of milk, and that was the end of it. For years together he continued. With the result, he had lot of, it was so like Baba, but he did not have many disciples. When his time came, Kushabhav was asked to go to Baba. And he had a Jala Samadhi in Ganges. But you can see, huge chest. Every morning till afternoon, he used to do Sashtang Namaskar. There is not much of information available about Vakratunda Maharaj. But Kushabhavji, I will tell you, when he came to Baba, Baba immediately said, ते वक्रतुंड्याला बुडवून आला आणि माझ्याकडे येतोय. You drowned that Vakratunda Ma. He would call in such a slang language. त्या वक्रतुंड्याला बुडवला. वक्रतुंड महाराज is out of question. Vakratundya. You drowned him in the Ganges and you're coming now to me. Then he stayed there. Some day or the other, he is trying to come close to Baba. He wanted some, why he was sent to Baba, he knew it. But that has to be obtained from Baba. And Baba would not give without testing him. And the testing time came on Ekadashi day. Ekadashi day is everyone fasts. He was also fasting, so since he was all alone, he went to bazaar to get something to eat. Nothing could take place. He said, now, let me go to Baba, take his darshan, then I'll do something. When he went to Dwarka Mai, Baba was waiting for him. The moment he came, he asked him, he said, what is this? Today you are here? So he said, yes. Will you have an onion? On Ekadashi day, a Brahmin was asked to have onion, and that too raw. He was trained by his. He said, Baba, if you have, I'll have it. There was no dearth of onion with Baba. He took out one onion to give him, ate one, another raw onion, third one. By the time that Baba's devotees started coming in, and that's what Baba wanted. Said, look at this Brahmin. On Ekadashi day he is having onion. He didn't know what to say. But somehow or the other he said, Baba, you had onion, that's why I had. He said, I had onion? What nonsense, you're telling all lies? He said, Baba, you had onion, that's why I had. He said, then Baba put his fingers in the mouth and vomited over that railing. And it was all old days Dwarka Mai. There was no stone or anything, nothing. And what came out of Baba's mouth was sweet potato pieces, which fell on the ground. That is not all. Kushabahu, when he saw that, he bent down with his hands at the back, and like a dog, he ate them all. That is the devotion. That is the devotion, and he knew it was his testing. He knew it. And he did that, and Baba first frowned, gave him abuses, hit him, and then hugged him. And the people, all those devotees who had come in Dwarka Mai, realized what Kushabahu was. That was the taste for others and Kushabahu also. Kushabahu stayed there for some time. Then he was asked to go to Pune, and his samadhi is there in Pune. If anyone wants to see, it is near Parvati Hill. But the type of devotion is something one cannot think about. Similar thing had happened with Swami Vivekananda. When his guru had cancer in his mouth, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, there was a pot kept over there. He used to spit in that. And other devotees would not come close by. Vivekananda came to know about this, and he, in front of all those devotees, he drank all that. That was the devotion. When we reached that stage, we do not know, but we try all the while, throughout our life, till we reach that stage. Thank you.
Very nice. So what we will do is, we will distribute those Baba's original pictures to all of you devotees. And you have these books if anyone wants. The books are here. That's, talking about all the Gavankarji's thing. And also we have this Ashirvad picture, that's the original, that's the by Dr. S.M. Panditji. And you heard of D.D. Neroy. All the old Baba's picture will have D.D. Neroy on the bottom. So he used to block print all the Baba's picture and distribute. So his family in Pune, they have sent for all the devotees in Canada.
Testing. Sai Ram. All participants who were registered for the event today, an update email will be sent out to everyone with the telegram and contact details so that it may not be easily readable on screen right now, but it will be emailed to you in a couple of days after this event. You will have the contact details for WhatsApp and Telegram, and you can add it to you, subscribe to that. Thank you. We also have Gavankar Uncle's book. So this book is available for $5. So if anybody wishes to grab a copy, please.
Sai Ram.